I just need a little time, and I'll make you mine. You're so, you're so, you're so sweet, oh so sweet. Attentively, tenderly to me. I want you to know that I love you. You love it when I take it there. Love it when you pull my hair. You love it when I take it slow and drop it down low. You're so, I just want you to know how I feel inside. I want you to know how I feel about you. I want you to know that I need you. I want you to know that I feel you. You're so sweet, oh so sweet, attentively and tenderly to me. I want you to know that I love you.
Yeah, it's about that time. You're rocking with your boy Damo Unleashed and Sky Black on the Nashville Cavemen podcast. Stay tuned.
On the whip with the crystals on the side. Doors flip up, yeah, we call it suicide. Creeping like the spider every time that I ride. Yeah, I smile at my haters, this a fuck what they found. And the car so dope, then the truth tell a lie. $1 million dreams make a broke nigga high. Dudes get mad when they win and say hi. The paint so wet that it make a pussy slide. Some rooftop with the wood grain grip. Ain't even raining, but the paint still drip. I'm not even traveling, but baby, I'm a trip. So she riding up the mountainside just to see the tip. Top of the world, that's what they ain't wanna be. Riding in a battle, adding to my legacy. Crystals on the chrome, yeah, the body so G. I'm a stunt so hard, niggas can't stand me.
What is going on, everybody, man? Welcome to the Nashville Caveman podcast. I'm your host, Damo Unleashed. Well, I'm one half of your host. I'm going to go ahead and roll out the red carpet to a good friend of mine that I consider like a brother and let him go ahead and introduce himself. So the floor is yours.
I've been watching these things on social media. Everybody saying hashtag no Diddy. Well, you know, Diddy also now changed his name to Love. The irony, that's why I'm wearing the hat, Love. You know that? He's now going by Love, right? You know that, Damo?
He going by Love now?
Yeah, he's going by Love now. Yes, he said he wants to change his name to Love. He wants everybody to just show love, so he wants to be known as Love now. Yes, ironic, right? But anyway, so I thought I would wear my Love hat. So he said no Diddy, but he's going to go to Love, so that's why I'm wearing my Love hat. But anyway, name is Sky Black. For those of you who's been watching us since the beginning, thank y'all. For those who've been watching since the middle, thank y'all. And those, if this is your first time watching the show, thank y'all. Welcome. I'm a wrestler and a publisher. Shouts out to everybody. Last Saturday at Swag, they had a huge turnout last Saturday, May the 25th. Shouts out to everybody that's going to be in Evansville June 1st for SMPW. I'll see y'all there. But tonight, we're gonna do the radio show. Man, I watched the interview with Dominique J. Amazing. Yeah, I love how
Man,
she
that
said
was
there's
so
more to
fun.
Memphis. She said there's more to Memphis than what you see on TV, which piggybacks and segues off of what me and you talked about privately, how the media portrays things. There's crime in every city. There's good people in every city. But she's also saying, I know you see us on the first 48, you hear about us all the time, but there's still good things in Memphis that you can come without worrying about fearing for your life. So shouts out to her. Thank you, Damon, for a great interview. I'll be playing her music tonight on offtopradio.com. That is offtopradio.com on the D-Blink radio show. And then we'll stream her music on offtoprecords.net, which means network, get everybody together network. And if y'all haven't watched any of Damo's interviews, go watch them now because they're amazing. And then, once Damo interviews you, then, you get put on the list for male artist of the year, no matter the genre, or female artist of the year. And God, what great way to put Memphis on the map than Dominique J. maybe winning female artist of the year. What do you think?
And you know what? Speaking of Dominique J, man, if July 6th, you guys don't have anything going on, make sure y'all go. They got a show July 6th at the Golden Girls event. So I think it's the Golden Girls event hall. So if y'all get a chance, man, go down there July 6th. You ain't got nothing planned. A couple days after the 4th of July, and have yourself a good time down in Memphis, all right? Dominique, you got a show coming up. So again, that's the Golden Girls event hall. So make sure y'all go down. The show starts at 8 p.m. July 6th. Be there or be square.
Yeah. Yeah, we love it, man. I wish I was free to go down there to see her, see how, because I ain't been to like a local artist performance in a while, man. I would love to go. Like, have you been to what is that thing called on next to 100 Oaks? It's called the Bluebird Cafe. Have you ever been there before?
No. I don't even know where it's at.
Okay, it's literally across from the Green Hills Mall. See, and I've never been there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called the Bluebird Cafe, and then it's like local artists, poetry, things like that, spoken word. Of course, I don't know if you've ever been to Cafe Coco. A friend of mine, shouts out to
that's another place I haven't heard of.
Yeah, she owns that now. I've been going there for years, but she owns that now. So shouts out to Black Sheep Society, Lily Mack, and all them. They have local artists and things come through too.
Wow, man. You know what? If you can, when we get off of here, you're going to have to shoot me the name of those places again so I can look them up and see what time they open. And do they have a website of events that go on in Nashville? Like, say if there was an event at one of these two places. Is there somewhere where I can look it up and see?
You can Google.
Oh, you can Google it?
Yeah, you can just Google Cafe Coco. Click on their link, and it'll take you straight to the website. It used to be open 24 hours. I'm assuming that it's still 24 hours because Cafe Coco was where we used to go as musicians to write and network and do songs. Like even Taylor Swift back in the day used to go to Cafe Coco and just sit. Yeah, it's like for musicians and songwriters and publishers to sit and network with each other. And then on the inside, they have the food where you can sit, eat, and talk. And then in the back, they have the concert place or the stage where local artists can, perform and things like that. And then the Bluebird Cafe, you just Google Bluebird Cafe, and their calendar will come up and tell you who's doing what on what days. Okay.
That sounds good, man. I didn't even know that we had things like that existed. So that just show you, man, how unconnected the city is. Like stuff like as far as like the music scene. So, man, speaking of, did you see the article I sent you where they got a Merlot? They got cicadas sitting inside of it. People actually drink Merlots with like dead cicadas in them. Ain't no way in there.
I don't think I saw it, but it doesn't surprise me. I did see a video where people were outside picking them damn things up and cooking them. They actually had them in the skillet and cooking them. I saw one where where they was feeding them to the animals in the zoo, like all the dead ones. Every animal in the zoo was eating the damn cicadas. And then I saw a video where this guy was feeding cicadas to his lizard. Of course, he had to be white. So he had this long lizard in this little container, in this cage or whatever, tank. And he had this little box of cicadas. And he set it in there, and that little lizard was just going to town eating them damn things. So yeah, I've seen that, but I haven't seen the one in the wine.
But I'll tell you what, Sky, those will make some great fish bait. For people that fish, you talking about sweeping them up and just putting them away, storing them in the freezer, and then when you go fishing, man, you got easy, good fish bait. That is good, you know. I wouldn't pay for fish bait. I'm just telling you, if you're a fisherman, I wouldn't be paying for no bait. That would be my bait.
Right.
I was cutting grass, matter of fact, the other day, right? And then after a while, you know, I'm done. I'm with the lawnmower dodging them and everything. But after a while, I just said, forget it. Because they was this torpedo into me, man. One of them was up on my shoulder. I looked. He said, hi. And I said, fuck it, man. I'm just going to let these things do what they do. So I had to cut my grass. And you right. That lawnmower, the noise of it draws them in. They was hitting the lawnmower, smacking me. And I just like, this is horrible. Horrible.
One of them hit me in the nose, right here between the nose and my eye. I mean, I turned my face and boom, it hit me right there. I'm like, dude, I'm like, why your head so hard? Or you were flying that fast? Joe did suck me right here. I was like, dang.
He ain't need no mark, did he?
No, he ain't need no more. He ain't need no more. But yeah, but he was coming in fast. But I've kind of noticed because, you know, I think at the end of June they'll all be gone, so I can kind of tell it kind of dying down just a tad. They ain't as loud as they used to be. Yeah.
I gotta go cut my grass later today, the backyard, because I did the front yard, and then I gotta do the backyard. So today they'll be thumping it to me today. But I said I'm just gonna keep my grass cut where I don't have to touch it for about 2 or 3 weeks.
This rain, man. As soon as you cut the grass, it rains, and then there it goes, sprouts right back up.
Yeah, that's why I cut it down almost to the dirt. I cut my yard. You know how I put mine on my lawnmower on the lowest setting, and I cut my grass, man. It's almost dirt. I'm just telling you. But you're right. It grows back really, really fast.
Yep.
Man, how was on Memorial Day? Did y'all cook out yesterday, or what did you do?
Man, so what did I do yesterday? Monday, I just went to work. To me, Memorial Day was a normal day. I turned on my Lyft app, and then I turned on my DoorDash app, and I went and made some money. That's what I did. So, because now at my age, every day is a day. For some people, it's a holiday. For me, it's another day because the bills keep coming. They don't care. Bills don't care about holidays. You know what I'm saying?
So don't. I actually got off. I was actually working Sunday night, from 7 Sunday night to 7 Monday morning. Yeah. So I actually, a portion of it, man, I was working. When I got home, I mean, other than eating, man, it was just really a regular day.
Yeah, it's really a regular day, yeah. And then Sunday, I just sat at home all day. That was it. And watched movies, and that was it. Just enjoyed Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, because all them thunderstorms we had, and you know what? My condolences to all the people that lost their lives in all them tornadoes.
Oh
man, Illinois, Kentucky, I think it was part of Texas. There were so many tornadoes, man, and people that lost their lives. So condolences to the families of anybody, families and friends of people that have lost somebody.
Right, yeah. I mean, life is short. You never know. You never know, So,
never know.
Yeah.
I seen the story where a tree fell on a little girl that was riding her bike. And the little girl survived. The bike was jacked up, but the little girl survived, man. So the hand of God was on her, man, looking out for her. So
that is absolutely true. And when it comes to these storms, man, I don't know what's going on. When I was a little boy back in the 80s, man, we begged for rain. We begged for that stuff because it was 98 degrees every damn day. I was as black as this damn phone because it was, when I say hot, I mean hot. Now, since 2010, man, it rains all the damn time. All the damn time. Like, damn, when will it ever stop raining? It rains all the time.
I wouldn't even go get ladies. I don't even know how y'all even waste your money going to get y'all hair done.
Yeah.
And man, anytime, I'm quite sure every time y'all get your hair done, it rains.
It rains,
you know?
It
Your
rains.
perm ain't permanent no more. You know, them edges fell down to the side, them edges and fell to the front. You know, so I just don't know how y'all even waste your money like that.
Man, that's crazy. But yeah, man, it just seems like time, man. This weather, man, has really changed as I've gotten older. It's like, man, every time I turn around, it's raining. Like, can I at least get 3 days of sun?
We've had tornadoes 2 out of the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So every time it rains, I get nervous now, man, when you see them kind of numbers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I will never forget the tornado. When did it come and hit through Lebanon that time?
It wasn't 2020, was it?
Ago? And I can't even remember. Was it 2020 or 2021 or something? It was the last time Walmart was 24 hours. I was coming out of Walmart. Actually, I was in Walmart when the tornado hit over us.
Oh, wow.
And the ceiling was falling down on us. Like, literally, the inside of the ceiling was falling. Wow. And so he said, and then a truck, you know how sometimes the truck drivers park out there on the side just to sleep? Well, the tornado took one of the trucks that didn't have the trailer on it and threw it, like literally threw it into Walmart. Seriously. Boom, it hit Walmart. It busted a pipe. So water's coming in Walmart now. So the
was somebody in the truck?
Huh?
Was somebody in the truck?
No, thank God somebody was not in the truck. Somebody had went out there to all the truck drivers and told them to come inside because a tornado was coming.
Right.
So when it came in, it hit one of the pipes. So water's coming in Walmart now on the side that they had closed down. So the guy was like, look, you got 2 issues. You can stay in here with this water or you can go out there and try to go home. And when I tell you the way I was parked, it picked up the things that you put the carts in when you're done outside. It picked that thing up and slammed it on top of the car next to me. So when it picked it up, it dented my side of the car. Like it dented, scraped, and just beat my side of the car and picked it up and slammed it on the hood of the other car, right? Right. Now, imagine if the wind was blowing the other way. Then it would have picked it up and slammed it on the hood of my car. So I'm driving home with like the passenger side all effed up. So I'm just driving home. Wires are everywhere. Trees are everywhere. I mean, it was terrible. It was like crazy.
Yeah, so the rain, when it thunderstorm and you get to see trees, swaying, it scares me now.
Yeah.
So hopefully we be out that season pretty soon. I'm guessing in the next 4 weeks, hopefully. But y'all, we got a good lineup of topics to discuss with y'all today.
All right.
One of the topics is a man's wife sleeps with the judge of her husband's case, who is also her high school classmate, in order to keep her husband out of prison. The next, a dad purchased his daughter a debit card, and get this, he loads the child support onto the debit card for the girl to use. Mm-hmm. And the mother is upset about it.
I saw that one, yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that. This dude, I mean, a lot of times, man, we do crazy stuff to get into a girl's pants. But this is the craziest thing I ever heard. This dude played like he was dying with cancer to sleep with a female. And he said he played that role for 2 years. So we're going to listen to a video that talk about that, right? Do men judge other men based on the type of women they're with? I know you've seen that one too. I thought that was very intriguing because you know what? I do, man. When I look at, if I see a couple, based on the woman, is my judgment of the man is based on the woman he with. And I know that may not be fair, but I do that myself, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about that. And What would you do if your parents or grandparents disrespected your girl without causable or probable cause? Because I know
Saw
I've
that
seen
video
that
too.
video. Man,
Man.
so we gonna get into that too.
Okay, so before we get to the topic, I thought we were gonna talk about the other video you sent me too, right? Because I am a product of that, right? So growing
Oh,
up in the day with you had the nerds, the quiet people, and the jocks. So the women in Glencliff only talked to the popular guys, the good-looking guys, or the jocks. So when I graduated in '97, by 2007, all of them girls look terrible.
we
I
gonna
mean,
play that video. That was funny as all get out.
I came out of the projects one day to go across the street to a store, JCUC, and one girl was like, "Hey, Sky." I was like, "Good Lord." It looked like a ghost. She looked like a ghost. You could tell she was on that stuff. I was like, "Girl, you was one of the prettiest girls." And 10 years ago, they taught you how to be cute and how to be a cheerleader, but they didn't teach you how to survive this world. They did not teach you how to do that. And so ever since 2007, every now and then I would run into a girl that I knew or knew of at Glencliff High School, and I tell you, they out of shape, they pregnant, they ugly, they on drugs, they men are beating and abusing them. So I really related to that video when that dude was sitting in the car.
Man, I'm about to play that video that he talked about. Hold on. Hold on.
Radio, Bluetooth.
I gotta play that because I was funny. I thought of you as soon as I seen that, and I hit the floor. The way I hollered when I seen that. Hold on.
Hey, do you remember me? Yeah, I remember you get in the car. Damn, she look bad. Lexi picking me up? Lexi? Yeah, Lexi. You remember me? Damn, you look bad. What you mean I look bad? I want you to do something with yourself. You might be on mine or something. What you mean on mine? Everybody think I'll be on mine. I'm not on mine. Man, you look like you is. I ain't gonna be on mine. You look like you on that mine bad. Man, come on. I'm gonna take you to rehab. Take you to rehab? No, you take you to rehab, baby. Hey, get back there, nigga. I'm gonna take you to rehab. I'm gonna take your crazy ass, brown head ass to rehab.
Oh man, that's funny, dude.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. I was like that one
Every
time.
time we have conversations, and you know, talked about that so many times, and when I seen that, I was like, oh my God, if this ain't Sky right here.
Yeah, oh yeah, it happened to me a couple of times, man. I was in the parking lot of Kroger's or Walmart, and I'm just sitting there about to leave, and hey, I'm like, who's saying hey to me? You remember me from such and such? And I can't. First you got like, no. Then she get to talking about the classes we had took together, or PE and all this other shit. Oh shit, that's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, oh my God. Oh my Lord. So
Let me tell you.
I know how dude is, man.
And there's not too many females that I went to high school with that were 10s then, and you look at them now and you be like, oh, you still a 10. Now that 10 is like with a minus in front of it. You hear me?
Yeah.
It's like, man, life, you know, the kind of dude you get, man, and mess your life up. I'm telling you, ladies, you know.
Well, even on the men's side, like the jocks back then, they wasn't educating them guys. They were just passing them through because they could play sports. I'm a product of watching somebody who couldn't do math or English go to the next grade. Because they was in class with me. So I knew they were failing or not showing up. But then I moved to the 10th grade. They in the 10th grade. Like, how the shit did you come to the 10th grade? But, you know, to play football, I had to be eligible. So those old movies like Remember the Titans and things like that, where you see the football players and the jocks just getting favors because of who they are, that was real life. I know sometimes they show the movies like in Texas and places where football is huge, but that was real life. That's how they work. So when these guys graduate, there was no social media, there was no really entrepreneurship. So what job are you gonna give an ex-jock who's hurt himself? He's not going to D1 school, he's not going to the pros, or a lot of them went to the school. I knew a guy, I played football with him, he was an offensive lineman. He went to a school, a D1 school in Minnesota. He got so bored. He on a scholarship, and he came back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did his life turn out?
I ain't seen William Dillon in forever. Shouts out to William if you watching this. I ain't seen him in forever. But yeah, he sure did.
Man, I know one thing. I think this was brilliant, right? I know the first topic I want to talk about is the dad who takes his child support. He went and got his daughter, who was 13, a debit card, and he loads the debit card of hers with the child support. Right. And so it doesn't go to the mother, it goes directly to the daughter. So I want to play this clip, and then let me go ahead. I got to turn the music off, mute it for just a minute. So I'm going to play this video for y'all, and then we're going to go ahead and discuss this. So.
Because he pays his child. So this lady is upset with her ex because he pays his child support on a debit card, but the debit card is in his daughter's name. So his child support is $450 a month. And he puts it on the debit card to his daughter. It's her debit card. He went and got her own debit card. So the mother contacted him and was like, hey, I haven't received the child support. No, he's not going through court. He just gives her this money each month. This is between him and her. And she was like, well, you didn't give me no money last month or this month. He was like, yeah. He says, our daughter has it. And she was like, what do you mean our daughter has it? He was like, yeah, I went and got her debit card and I deposited that $450 on her debit card. And that mother got so angry. She was like, no, she does not. No, I have this. He said, no, this money is her child support. Not for you to take care of your other kids, not for you to take care of your dude, not for you to get your nails, hair done, go on trips. And she's like, that is not, it doesn't matter what I do with my child support. And he's like, no. He said, that is her money. And I bet, and he said, I have a I get detailed statements knowing what she paid for with her money. What do you think about that? I mean, should he put it all on the debit card to the child? The child is 13. And he said, that's her money. So
I got some questions regarding that, right? Because I've never dealt with child support. So is it possible for the child support courts to come back at him some years down the line and say, well, it didn't go through us, so you need to pay her the money? How does that work?
Well, here's the thing. So you have two types of going to child support. You have, like you say, you do it yourself, where one of the guardians take the other ones. Or if one of the guardians is on any type of state assistance, the state takes you to child support, right? So in this instance, the mom is not on any food stamps and first of the month check or subsidies or housing, right? She's just talking to her baby daddy saying, hey, I need $450 every 2 weeks to take care of your child. So that no judge and them is involved, right? Now, the way he did it was straight, because if she tries to take him, they won't say it's a gift. Usually when they say it's a gift, that's when the state is trying to put you on child support. But when an individual trying to put you on child support, you have to prove that I'm a deadbeat dad and I have not been supporting my child, right? What he did, it dances on this debit card, is showing all the things, like back in the day, he had to keep receipts, showing all the things that he did. So no, in that instance, it will not be a gift and not going through the courts. But here's the problem. She's only 13. If she was 16 and he was doing that, then hell yeah, shut the hell up. But at 13, if she was to go to the judge, he wouldn't make the guy pay arrears because he sees that he has been supporting his child. But probably until she turned like 16 or 18, he would say, turn that debit card over to the mama, because at 13, you kind of still not an adult to the state or whatever state that you're in. You're not grown yet. So I just think his intentions was good, but she's too young. Even though she probably has the mind of a 21-year-old, but she's still only 13. And 13-year-olds don't need to be getting $450 every 2 weeks or $800, $900 a month on a child support card. So that's the only time I see it. So he's gonna have to just bite the bullet and keep sending that money to the guardian, the mama, until that girl at least turns 16.
let me ask you this. Let's play devil's advocate. Do you think that it would be fair? Like I get what you're saying, and at a certain age, no, right? At a certain age, it need to go to the parent because the kid at 9 years old, what they know what to do with $450,
Right?
Right. But what do you say about it being a certain age where okay, this kid is old enough to start to begin to know? If they don't know now, they gonna have to learn how to budget their money. This is money for them. School clothes, field trips, phones, cell phones, things that they may want. So do you think that would be a good idea for courts to say, you know what, if the father wants to get a debit card and pay it that way to allow the father to do that?
I agree 100% because usually at 16, people are starting to get jobs, right? Some places, if you're on like what they call a hardship, they'll hire you at 15. Like I had a friend named Emmanuel. It was just him and his grandmama. So he got a job at 15 because he had a hardship license, and then he got his driver license at 15 because his grandma wasn't driving and he needed to way back and forth to school. So he got what they call a hardship driver's license, which means he could get his a year earlier than everybody else. So at about 16, if she's working a part-time job, then yes, you can start sending her that money because she needs to know how to manage. And I think 16 is a good age. So yeah, I agree 100%. But 13, not really. And so
what about 14? Because I'm gonna tell you, because at 14, let me tell you, I had my first job at 14, right?
How did you get a job at 14?
Huh?
How did you get a job at 14?
Because in Ohio, they had a program called PIC, which would allow kids to work during the summer. That way that they, because we were a lot of us were poor kids. We come from the inner city. So they would allow us to have jobs where when school started, we were able to buy our own school supplies, and then I had a bank account. So at 14, I knew how, the deposit and withdraw my money. I knew how to read, know the difference between the savings account and the checking account. You see what I'm saying? And when I got my money, I saved it up. And at the end of the summer, when it was time for school, not only did I buy myself school clothes and school shoes, but my younger brothers, I bought them school clothes and school shoes. So at 14, even coming from the ghetto, I had some kind of sense of how to, what to do with my money. Right?
Absolutely. Well, then, of course, like anything, most states want it to be state by state. I don't think it would be like a federal thing across the board. So you would say, well, each state could choose. But I would just say the majority out of the 50 states would say around 16. Some might say 14, 15. But I would say the majority would be like, because most kids do work at about 16. Not all kids, but most kids. They get their first summer job at 16. They work while they in school at 16, and things like that. But this has nothing to do with the card or the money. This is between him and her. And is he trying to be spiteful, or does he regret just laying down having a child by this woman? Because if that child was any younger, 9 or 10, you wouldn't be pulling this stuff. You really towing the line at 13. Like 2-3 years ago, you thought about this. Like, man, I can't wait till she turned 13 because I'm going to get her a debit card. I'm start putting the money because you're tired of dealing with the mama. Well, again, you should have thought about that before you laid up and had sex with the woman. And then you was like, this ain't for your other kids. Well, did she have other kids before you got her pregnant? Or did she have other kids after you got her pregnant? Because, again, if I get a woman pregnant first and I have the oldest child, and did she have kids after me, even though those are not my biological kids, if I bring something for my oldest child, I'm bringing something for all of them. I'm also going to teach my oldest child, hey, these are your brothers and sisters. So when you turn 16, or if I send you child support, be the adult and help take care of your brothers and sisters. Now, if she had kids before I got her pregnant, right, and my child, let's say, is the youngest, I'm still going to do the same thing. Not only if I bring something over there for my child, all the kids are going to get something. And I might have a conversation with the oldest child, which ain't mine, and be like, look, if I'm not here to help my little one, would you please step in sometime when you get a job and just help out a little bit and then let me know. You know what I'm saying? So I hate when a man says that because all kids are innocent. They might be bad as hell, but they innocent. So don't ever use a child as a pawn and be like, well, it ain't for your other kids. You're right. It might not be to get her hair done, her nails, but don't ever say, I'm going to give you $900 a month and that child over here that's in this household don't deserve none of it. That's BS.
There was a video about that with a dude, which I agree. I would do it this way. I'm not responsible for other people's kids. And so, but I don't believe in doing that. I don't believe in bringing food for only your kid. Because you're right. You know what I'm saying? You're punishing them other kids for their mother just being a horrible person and picking bad kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that if you only got something for your kids, then just come pick your kid up and take them elsewhere. You want to do that? Fine. You know, but you should never do that in front of the other kids. You should never bring food or anything like that in front of the other kids. Right. I don't think that's cool.
And sometimes it's hard to do that because when I used to go pick my kids up, especially when they were younger, if they had company, I had to get them too. Like their mama had a friend who had a child the same age as my kids. So when I went to pick my kids up to go to whatever, he was like, can I go too? I'm like, okay, well, fine. Come on. I mean, you know,
and that's
because I'm not going to tell you no, because I ain't cool with your mama. I ain't never been cool with having Giovanna's friends, but I'm not going to tell you no. You know, if I'm taking them to Walmart, you can come. If I'm taking the stuff, I'm doing this, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? I never mistreated the children, so whether they were mine or they siblings or they best friends, I would always say before I came and did anything, hey, Gio, who's all over there? So that way I already know how much money I need to bring, how many people come. Because these are little kids. Now, big kids, if I'm going to pick up my 16, 17-year-old child and they got other big kids in the house, they might not care. They on their phone, they playing video games. But little kids, like 5 and 6, you go pick up one, you think the rest of them ain't going to want to come? So you got to be careful on who you're dealing with. And if you're the type of person that's not into things like that, then keep your thing in your pants because it's going to happen.
And here's the other part, and playing devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I have a fear of dealing with other people's kids. That's not mine.
Right.
He touched me. I've seen too many cases that's like that, where kids been manipulated to say and believe a certain thing because of an adult that was vindictive. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. And so I have a fear of dealing with kids that I don't know. Right. You see what I'm saying? And and it's sad that we live in a world like that, but you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. You know, and so that part is something that I always think of. So if I'm dealing with my kid, it's not that if you were asking other men, if some other men could testify to this too. It's not that they don't want to deal with the kids, but the way kids lie or are manipulated to go against adults, that has me in fear with dealing with kids that that are strangers to me or that I don't know.
Right.
And so it's a.
And you know what? Maybe I'm just naive sometimes because I always hear about bad stories around me, Damo, but I've never had them on me. Like none of my kids has ever been molested or raped or beat up or abused, and none of their friends have. Do you see what I'm saying? But when you talk to other people outside of my circle, I'm like, damn, you gonna do all that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry.
It's that no good deed.
It's
that no good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah. So it was like just like when you had your kids in daycare. There's no way in hell I was bringing cupcakes for my two because the oldest one was just a little bit older, so he was always like a grade or two higher. Bring cupcakes, and then you had to bring it for the whole class that day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bringing 4 just for them, and then all these other kids sitting there. I make sure I brought enough for everybody. They were like, well, why would you spend it? Because these kids, they don't know. They don't know. You can't be upset at children for what they do and don't know. So I get it. depending on the guy that you are, on how you do the situation. But that was just, I told you how the women raised me. That's what a man does. He makes sure the kids are okay. He makes sure the women are okay. He makes sure the disabled is okay. Unless he's one of the three. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I do. I got friends now who have young kids by multiple daddies or different people. And if they need help, I'm like, are you okay? Yeah. Are all the kids in the household okay? No. Well, then I'm gonna go to Little Caesars or CC's Pizza. I'm gonna get 3 full cheap pizzas, and I'm gonna drop them off to you, and you feed everybody in the household. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just me. That's just how I was raised by all these old black women in the hood. That's what a man should do. But I've never talked to anybody in the hood or in my circle that was like, yeah, man, I was touched, I was abused, I was raped. But as I got older and listened to other women, I was like, well, damn, I'm so sorry that y'all went through all that. So yeah, maybe I'm just naive to some things, Damo.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, man. That I think about that. If I ever, and thank God, I don't know if I could be a stepfather, right? And thank God I ain't got to worry about that. Mm-hmm. But if I ever had to worry about that, I think about stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know the relationship them kids have for their original father. Mm-hmm. And kids will do some things to get you out of the picture just because they don't want you to be with their mom.
Mm-hmm.
So kids a lot. And I think that, when you're a good person, there always is some naiveness when you're a good person.
Mm-hmm.
That just comes from being a good person. But also always think about that stuff. It can backfire.
It sure can. You're absolutely correct. A lot of them can backfire because people still ask me to this day, why do you help people and these are not your kids or you have no attachment to it? And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do, right?
You're just a good guy, dude.
Yeah. If I don't know you, then that's one thing. Yeah. If I don't know you, that's one thing. But if I've known you for 10, 15 years and you end up pregnant or you have kids, and I can help, I'm gonna do nothing but blow this damn money any damn way. So I might as well blow it on the kids especially if they hungry or they need a Tylenol or they need some type of medicine from Walgreens. Why not do it? Right. I got a lot of friends that be like, if I ain't sleeping with her, I ain't doing it. I'm like, what does it have to do with the child, whether you sleeping with a woman or not? This is why I had to leave the hood because, in my opinion, the mind thing, what does it have to do? Either say yes or no. Well, that's it.
I think it has to do with this, and I feel bad because I got a friend that was that kind of dude, right? Took on some kids that wasn't his,
mm-hmm.
and he never got the respect that he should have got had he been them kids' father. And I think a lot of men feel like, man, we look at the investment, we look at the transaction part of it. What am I getting out of this? So there are so many men that have stepped in to the father role only to be disrespected. You know what I'm saying? The kid to have the father walk them down the aisle and the father ain't been around. You know what I'm saying? And this man feel like, damn, I done invested all this and there's no respect I don't even get respect out of this. So I can see both sides of it. I can see, man, you just being a good dude, wanting to do good deeds. And I can see a person who's a good dude wanting to do good deeds, but they've had things happen where they just like, nah, I'm not taking that on. Or they watch somebody close to them go through an experience that was like, nah, I ain't dealing with that.
Yep.
So it's just unfortunate.
I agree 100%, but I could fall in either category, you know what I'm saying? Because, if my kids have kids, well, then that's grandkids. And if you do something for one grandchild, you have to do something for the other grandchild. Or you do something for the grandchild, and the grandchild has a friend over, you do something for both. And I can get that. But you know what? With me, what I've learned is once it's out of my hand, once I've done it, whatever happens, happens. So if I do something and I don't get the respect back, first of all, I'm the type of person, this hat says I love Jesus. So I don't expect man or mankind to repay me back. No way. No way. Like when I do something to somebody, I'll pay back. Don't worry about it. Because if I couldn't do it, I wouldn't do it. Right. So if you're looking for respect or adulations or a thank you from mankind, humans, then yeah, you're going to be disappointed more times than not. Yeah.
And I would always suggest this too. Man, if you know you're that kind of dude that matters to you, just don't have no kids until you get married.
Right.
Just marry the woman. And if you feel like this is not a woman I'm gonna marry, then don't have no kids at all. You know, I don't get the acting like that. Like the story I seen that I was talking about, it had to do with the whole McDonald's thing. The father brought the kid McDonald's. The woman had 4 other kids in the house, and he didn't think about them other kids. He was like, well, they daddies are responsible for them. If you have that kind of attitude, if you know you're that kind of dude, don't have no kids. Unless you're going to get married to that woman, just don't have no kids.
I mean, even if I had a terrible relationship with the other kids' fathers, or even if I have a terrible relationship with the father of my friends' kids, I don't never associate the children at a certain age.
I got you.
With the parents. Now, when they get 16, 17, 18, then that's a whole different story. They damn near grown now. So it's like, I'm hungry. Why you ain't working? Why you ain't out here cutting grass for $20? Why you not saving your money? But I'm always talking about, like, from we start feeding them food, maybe 2-3 years old to 10, 11, 12, like right in that time. I expect a child to be in a child's place and be a child and never think like an adult. They might do what they see in the household from an adult, but I don't give them the adult mind until they turn 16, 17, 18. Then there's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Right. Man, we're going to move along because we got a whole lot more good conversations to talk about. So let's move along to this next story. Hold on. All right, so we was talking about this. This was one of the topics. You know, do you believe that we men judge each other based off of the woman that we with? Yes. Like, do you see a man or a couple and you look at the female, you be like, man, she classy, she carries herself well, she's, respectful. That dude must be somebody of importance, or he must be somebody of some stature to have a woman like this on his side. So without further ado, I'm gonna play this clip. This dude was talking about this, and then we gonna kind of talk on this and discuss this.
Okay.
Judge men based off their woman. If a guy comes in and his woman is stunning and she looks beautiful and classy, all of a sudden I'm like, what does that guy do? On the opposite end, if a woman that I feel is showing or showcasing some level of disrespect to her man, I have less respect for that man. Men judge men based off their woman. If a guy comes in.
So, do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I would say, I'm not gonna lie. I have friends around me that do that because they're more of outer beauty than inner beauty. And so my brother used to date this girl, and I used to say, "That's a trophy wife. She is bad as hell. She might be crazy, but she bad as hell." So when we would go to the mall and stuff, and he would be with this one, ended up being his baby mom. But I know these guys are looking at him. I know they are. I got a friend. They've been dating since middle school, married, child's grown, everything. I'm like, man, you got a bad woman. So a lot of people are going to wonder, what do y'all do? Are they going to look at y'all women and be like, these are trophy wives, these are dime pieces that y'all are walking with? And they might judge you for that. And so me walking through the mall, like I said, I take them dumb, blind, deaf, or crazy. They would look at me and be like, what the hell is he walking with? And I'll be like, I'm just walking. You know what I'm saying? I could care less how you grade me on the girl. But yeah, I'm with you. A lot of men do, look at a dude and then he looks at his woman. And what I try to look at is, I don't look at the woman. I try to do the conversation. Hey, how you doing? And once she opens her mouth and starts talking, then that's when I judge him. Like,
I think that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, what's up here? Not just how she looks on the outside. But yeah, that's how I do it.
I think that's what he was talking about, because I do judge, man, like my respect for men when they with a woman is based on a woman, a lot of it, right? If I see a dude that's with a pretty woman, but it can't be that she just pretty.
Right.
She got to be somebody that's respectful. I'll give you an example. I go and I say, hey, how do you doing to her first? and then she looked to him, I respect that. I'm like, dang, that's a respectable. She got much respect for him. You know what I'm saying? She not addressing me. She gonna allow him to address me.
Man, that's that old school. Yeah, you right about
Yeah.
that.
And you know, the one that if I see her cater, baby, do you want anything? Can I go make you a plate? Dang, he got a black woman that also cater to him.
Right. Sit down, cut up his food for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like,
girls gone.
Cause I'm like, man, you gotta be a special kind of dude to get a woman like that.
Yeah, you really do.
You really do. Now my respect for him, you know what I'm saying, is grown because I'm like, oh, this dude, oh, he's somebody. You know what I'm saying? This dude somebody. Then I see the ones that's pretty, but then they ghetto or they dress almost like, man, you can see their body parts and shape. And I'm like, she don't got no kind of respect for him.
Nope.
She actually like trying to get this dude murked. You know what I'm saying? Because man, how many times have we seen pretty girls that dress in a way that you know that a dude is going to disrespect them, and then he going to, because of his status, going to have to step in and, you know what I'm saying? And so I think about that, man.
These girls are dressing like Sexy Red, right?
Right.
And so this is how they looking, right? And this is how they talking and all this old good, this other stuff. And this is what the guys that I used to hang around, that's what they were looking for. Things like that, you know, that these girls couldn't cook, clean, do nothing. But as long as they look like how Sexy Red is dressing, that's what they wanted. And I just told a girl that the other day, I said, the shit that you doing, excuse my language, the stuff that you doing, you gonna get somebody killed out here. You gonna get somebody set up because you was always trying to play two dudes against each other to get what you want. And this is why I keep my distance from you, because you gonna get somebody killed one day. So you're right, yeah.
And I do, man. You look at the way, it ain't even about looks a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Has something to do with that. That plays a part in it. But the bigger part in is how the woman carries herself. Yep. You know, when a dude is with a woman that carry herself on a level that's on a feminine level, that's bar none, you do judge that dude and grow respect for that dude. Right. Then if you get a dude with a bad chick, but then, man, she just so ratchet and hood, and she speak, you know, when she open her mouth, masculinity comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, man, you know, you lose respect for that dude. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, but that's what he's into. That's all his life. All he knows is the streets. So that's what he's into. And to me, it's okay to live in the hood, but you ain't gotta die in the hood. Right. I've lived in the hood, but I ain't trying to die in the hood. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they young and they got girls like that, of course, they still. Oh, yeah. 21, 22, 25. You can't change that. But if you my age, 45, and you got a woman like that, then your body grew up and your mind did not. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, no, buddy. No, I'm sorry. No.
Well, y'all know this next topic that we got, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and describe it and talk about it, and then we're gonna go ahead and go into a song, and then we're gonna go ahead and go into discussion. Okay. This is something else. So this dude was going through a case, he couldn't talk about it, right? Well, actually, let me play it, and then I'm gonna play a song, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead.
Leon is that. So I can't get into detail. Dear Leon.
All right, here we go.
So I can't get into detail because this case is still open and pending, but to make a long story short, I got into some legal trouble and was facing some real time. I can't get into the details, but I was going to have to sit down for a long time. So I got a lawyer and he was preparing me to take a plea deal. Well, the way things turned out, my wife knew the judge. They used to go to high school together, and she said she would call him and see what she could do. I can't believe I'm telling y'all this, but my wife slept with the judge, and now I won't have to go to jail, and he's just giving me probation. When I asked my wife about it, she said she She did what she had to do to keep me free and not to bring it up anymore. But it's really bothering me. I can't take it. Is she a hero or an angel?
So y'all want y'all to marinate on that. We gonna come back. We gonna get into a song. And then, man, we got to go into discussion. That's pretty deep.
Gave me life in another form. Sexing you be like crazy, like a part of a poem. Born to lead a leader, hugging her when I greet her. How does it feel to have a man to know just how to treat you? Make you feel good, don't it? Wanna get out and float it. I know your nerves be getting bad, cause I be getting on it. That's why whatever you want, I go get it, no matter the cost. Your friends be dropping the salt, but I'm playing them off. They don't mean nothing, they just be running their mouth. They just mad, cause they live in the bricks and I live in the house. And we hustle hard for that, and we ain't going back. They just don't know what I went through to try to get where I'm at. You think back to that shack and that old ass lack where you used to hit the block every day trying to get off that pack. When I was poor, broke, ass out, didn't wanna go on. You was the only one that had strength to keep me strong. That's why it's you and me, you and me, you and me. Out of the game, you're out of the game, yeah. You and me, out of the game, in and out of the game, yeah. See forever, my lady. You and me and you, what the deal? Between both of us, you know we sure to make a meal. Can you feel what I'm saying? I not fall on my knees to pray. Things go right, I just might reminisce about the first time I seen you and the first time we kissed. Shit, we used to go half up on the sack, half up on the yak, half up at the tank, half up at the bank. We used to hit licks together, flip together. Shit, we went from chips to cheddar. Who better? Trying to be a foundation for us to build, from the bottom to the hills, from the ocean to the fields. Ain't you real? That's why I feel the way I feel. The sign sealed, delivered sincerely, we will. I can hold back love, I can go back love, I can go back love. You and me, out of the game, you're out of the game. You and me, out of the game, girl. I can go back love, I can go back love. The truth, everything that I'm trying to do, you trying to do it too. It's hard to tell you, but I cheated with some rats on the road while you was giving me everything. I was treating you cold. Man, it's been hell and hot water and back with my cat. From short stacks to fat, from pintos to lax, I'm back. And how the hell I make it this far? You may not like it then, but you love me now. No more clouds or rainy days, just sunshines in your smile. Meanwhile, we've been focusing on building a new house, on a new route for more clouds, steady repping the new south. Ain't no doubt them gold diggers hate to see what you bout, because it's you and me, you and me. In and out of the game, girl, it's just you and me and you and me. In and out of the game, girl, you and me. I can go back love, I can go back love, I can go back love. No, no, I can go back love, I can go back love. Ooh, baby, you and me, yes. Me and you and me and you, baby. Me and you and me and you, sugar. You and me and you and me, baby.
All right, man. That was Nitty the Hitman, man. You and me.
Shouts out to Nitty.
So Nitty, man, shouts out to you. So, there's so many angles, man. I want to talk about.
I know. Well, I'm not an advocate of cheating, especially when you're married. I'm just not an advocate. That's a quick way to get a divorce. or whatever. But let me start out with this. So there was this older couple, right? 80 years old. They've been married for 60 years. And the man was dying. You know, he knew he was on his deathbed. So he asked his wife, he said, well, I need to ask you a question. Will you please be honest with me? And she said, okay, what is your question? He said, have you ever cheated on me in these 60 years? She got quiet. He said, you can tell me, be open, be honest. I won't be mad. Have you ever cheated on me, you know, at any time in these 60 years of marriage, right? She said, 3 times. I've cheated on you 3 times. He said, well, what was the first one? She said, well, remember that time that you need to go to the eye doctor, and he said it'll be a while before he could see you, and then he saw you the next day? That was one. She said, oh, you slept with the eye doctor so I could get my eyes fixed quicker than what he said that he was going to do. I can't be mad at that. I don't even look at that as cheating. My eyes got better. What was number 2? She said, well, remember that time that you needed a transplant, like a kidney transplant? You was on the list for 6 months, but then 3 months later, you got a phone call and they took you into surgery. He said, what? You slept with the surgery doctor to make sure that I could get the transplant? I can't be mad at that neither. What was number 3? She said, remember that time you wanted to be president of the tennis club and you needed 19 votes? Now, do you consider, okay, there you go. Which part do you consider that cheating? He needed 19 votes. So that means she had to sleep with 19 people to get those last 19 votes, right? I'm thinking, is that still 3? Or is that 19 times 2? Is that 21 times that she cheated, right? So is that 3 times she cheated, Damo? Or is that 19 times she cheated?
I put it to you like this. You know, he might as well he ain't had no wife. He had a hoe. I mean, man, she might as well let him pimp her out. Baby, I need this Corvette. But you know what I'm saying? You remember the way you sucked me on our honeymoon? I need you to go in to the owner of this, what you call it, and I need you to suck him dry. You know what I'm saying? So I can get this Corvette. Might as well pimp her out now.
Well, when they 80 years old, so the point I'm trying to make is I'm married, right? If I'm married and my wife cheats on me, it's over. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts. But this might be one of the times that I forgive you. So whether you slept with 19 people or you slept with one, if it helped me in this lifetime, I might forgive that. So that's the point I'm trying to make with this video. If you slept with the judge, I don't care if he was bigger than me, he made you feel better than me, he was better in bed than me, it kept my black ass out of jail, I will forgive that. I tell it, because I don't want to spend no day in jail. So you did that to keep me out of jail? Hey, you know what? Charge it to the game.
I think I would have, I put it like this, because I actually put this up as a stat. And I believe this wholeheartedly. I think if you believe in divorce under any circumstances to not get married, marriage is not for you. Because when you do that covenant under God, they say for better or for worse, in sickness and health, for richer for poor, to death do us part. Well, this is the worst part. The worst part is the cheating. So if you believe in divorce under any circumstances, I don't believe marriage is for you. Don't even get married. Because think of it like this. We all know that no person is perfect, right?
No.
We know we all are flawed.
That's right.
So with that understanding, why get married then if you know that we're all flawed and at some point somebody's going to make a mistake?
That's right. And
probably 9 times out of 10 going to call for a divorce, rather it be you or that person.
That's right.
So I believe if you believe in divorce under any circumstances, you have no business getting married. Now, if you want to have a common law like a verbal marriage, then that's fine. Right. You know what I'm saying? With no paperwork. But if you're going to do something with paperwork, you believe in divorce, your ass shouldn't be getting married. I'm just going to put it like that.
And that's absolutely true. I agree with that 100%. You know,
you're wasting money.
And you absolutely correct. And some people just go down to the courthouse. It's just my pet peeves is, you know, the lying, the cheating, and the stealing, right? I might not trust a thief but I will respect the honesty. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you're not lying. So I know to stay away from you. If you are the type of girl that says, look, I like sleeping with other people and I want an open marriage and I still marry you anyway, hey, guess what? It is what it is. But for you to come to me and say, I only want to be with you only, and then you sleep with somebody else, and then you're lying and deceiving. So that's why I said that's a deal breaker for me.
But let me tell you this, Guy. How many times have females told guys that?
Plenty.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And then they end up with a new guy. And they tell the new guy that. And then they get up with another new guy. And guess who they tell him? Same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So, I just look at it like, man, I think I was just born in the wrong generation. You know what I'm saying? In the wrong era. I think I belong in the 40s and 50s. Though they had a whole new set of problems. But at least then you knew that at the most, the girl probably slept with one dude. If that. You know what I'm saying? But you were, for the most part, they made it hard for you. Matter of fact, them females back then didn't even show their ankles. We forget how long the dresses were. They didn't even show their shoulders and arms. That was like taboo for them. Fast forward, damn, then we getting used. We getting a used. It's like me going to the Goodwill, getting a used toy and getting mad because somebody done broke it. Somebody done broke that thing in already before I got to.
Right.
Yeah, I'm investing in it and it's mine now, but it's used.
Yeah, but I won't say there's still women like that to this day, like in Saudi Arabia. Women can't walk around by themselves.
Yeah, but we got to go across. We got to get paddle boat, canoe over, get a big old tugboat to go over together. We ain't got no women like that really over here.
That's true, but I do know some women, and they're Pentecostal, that live by that. Like I worked with a girl who did that. She had, even during the summertime, do you hear me? Had the turtleneck, had the sleeves, dress all the way down to her ankles. The only person that ever saw her body, her naked body, was her husband.
Right.
So if you get you a nice Pentecostal woman, that old school Pentecostal.
And let me go back, because you're right.
They might still do that.
I cannot say all women, because you're right. There is a few over here. But when I'm speaking by majority. I'm not speaking. Yeah, majority. Yeah, I understand. I'm just by majority. So, but I need to make that correction.
Yeah, and then like what I was just saying, overseas, women get in trouble walking around without a man. They can't walk around just by themselves. But like you said, in the 30s and 40s, women didn't come outside, right? Even when they went to the grocery store, the man was with them. The man did all the driving. So for your wife to cheat, that means she let the guy in the house while you were going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Or while you was at war.
Yeah, or while you was at war. But when the neighborhoods were set up, you had too many nosy people.
Right.
So you still wouldn't let a man in your house. And if you did, it was quick in and out. So that way the neighbor was like, he's in there for about an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, but nowadays, man, hell no. You got women walking around with no underwear on, with dresses on, and all. There's all type of stuff. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But the point, that we talking about on this video, I'm the type of person, I'm really against stuff like that, because then you're lying and deceiving. But I ain't gonna lie, that is that one loophole when you played that video or you shared me that video, that one loophole, I'm thinking, you know what? As much as I hate cheating and lying, and that might be the one time I might be like, I'll just charge it to the game. Because if I'm gonna really say, since you cheated on me, I'm really gonna say, don't cheat on me so I can go to jail. Or I can say, oh man, you cheated on me with another dude that you in love with. That's one thing. But you cheated on me with a judge so he can keep my ass out of jail. You might sway my decision on that one.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it'd be hard for me.
Especially if you give me 30 years.
Right. Because if you was gonna do 20 years, 9 times out of 10, she was gonna be bouncing off a lot of D's anyway. She was gonna be bouncing man anyway. So you got that part of it where you were gonna lose her, right? Then you got the part where you laying next to her, and then some of the I think this is what makes it hard for a dude, right? Mm-hmm. You paying her bills, you paying her car note, you putting food in her stomach, and this dude got the same thing you got. You know what I'm saying? For absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. I was
He
telling the girl that
ain't
too.
getting nothing from it.
Same thing.
So you laying there next to her, and then you close your eyes and you just imagining some of the freaky, because you know the freaky stuff she done did with you. You can only imagine what she done did with this judge. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know if she sucked him up and came home was like, hey, honey, how was work? You know, you're thinking about stuff like that, man.
I was telling the girl the other day the same way that you be thinking about. Like, it's kind of hard for a man to want to be with a girl with kids because your baby daddy or all your boyfriends up to now has gotten it for free, and that I'm gonna marry you and pay for it for the rest of my life. It's kind of weird, right?
Man, I'm sorry. If it's me, you know what I have to do, man. I'm sorry. I got to get my revenge back. I'm sorry, man. We got to make this equally. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got some other D, I'm going to get some other P. And we just going to end it at that. You know, I'm sorry because if I got to sit there and imagine what you did, then you're going to have to sit there and imagine what the hell I did. You know what I mean?
Did you see the video where the guy was like, men should not date single mothers?
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. And he was basically saying the same thing that you were saying. And I'm like, I never thought about it till Damo said that. Like, how many guys have slept with you and walked away like a crime scene? Like, hit it, killed it, and left, right? And then you come to me after you done had sex 20 times with 20 different people, got 2 kids, and then all of a sudden you want to marry me and I should have to pay for what these other guys got for free? I'm like, I ain't never thought that way till Damo said that. Now it's got me really thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, good Lord.
You know, people say, and this is a lie, they say your past shouldn't matter. Why do we say that bull crap? Your past always gonna matter.
That's right.
Guess what? When you go to court, guess what they gonna do? They gonna be looking at they gonna be looking back to when you was 11 years old. Well, you remember you, Mr. Eddie's house, you egged it at 11 years old and you was arrested? They pulling shit way up. So if the court's going to do it, what makes y'all think that people ain't going to do it?
Hell,
what makes you think the people ain't going to do it?
That's what job applications are for. They want to know your past.
History.
NFL players, they get paid off what they did in the past. I can't give you $30 million on what you're going to do in the future. Because I can't predict the future. I gave you $30 million on what you've done in the past. So the past does matter. I always believe that. I hate it when people say, well, that's the past, it don't matter. Yes, it do. It matters.
Man, let me tell you. Have you ever been with a chick and she did some shit that was nasty? And you thought to yourself, damn, who taught you this? This ain't some shit that you just all of a sudden knew out of nowhere. Where'd you learn that shit from?
Right.
Y'all ain't never done that? Oh, hell no. No, you got this egg beater. Damn, who taught you that shit? Y'all ain't never, fellas, y'all ain't never did that shit. You know what I'm saying? She took it all the way down and had the DMB in her mouth. And you're like, damn, who taught you this? You took this like a damn man, like what's the damn them animals with the big old pelicans. You got one of them pelican kind of mouths. Who taught you this? This ain't just some shit.
Yeah.
This ain't just some shit you just learned out of, you know what I'm saying? Cause men watch porn. For the most part, it ain't a good thing. But you would expect that more from men. Not saying that there's not no women too, right? There's some women too that, you know, but it's just some shit, man, you know, that you just like, where you learn this from? And then you thinking of, you like, oh, she a nice girl. And then you get her in the bedroom and you're like, damn. I never expect this from you.
I agree 100%.
So yeah, man, your pants do matter. You know what I'm saying? It sure do. I believe that before we get in bed with somebody, we need to go and see their hospital records. Have you ever had an STD? You had gonorrhea, chlamydia, what? Oh, no, bitch, that's too much. Too much.
Too much. Too much. And I was telling somebody else the other day too, you need to go to the clinic, get yourself checked out, because if girls out here sleeping with guys who you know is sleeping with other girls and ain't none of y'all using protection.
Man, that's
none of y'all.
shit.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, before you do get married, you should, yeah, go to the clinic together.
Man, before you get married, before you lay with them, you need to, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some chicks out here, man, you know, you got to pay attention, fellas. Some of y'all ain't had no ass in a long while. Mm-hmm. Then when y'all get some ass, y'all lose y'all marbles. All your brain cells fried. I'm just telling you, pay attention. If she do something in that bedroom, because you know the kind of freak you are. And if she tap your freak, you need to be thinking about, all right, who the fuck taught you this? Where you learn this from? How many times have you done this? You know, I was watching a short video, and I know we getting off topic and we're going to get back on. But this chick asked this dude, can I suck the fart out your booty? What? Where you? Who you? Oh, no, man. No.
I'm with you. You should go to the clinic and do all that good stuff, because again, if you ain't had sex in a while and then you meet a girl, oh, that's what I was gonna say about a past, right? So girls be like, the past shouldn't matter. Well, just like me and you was talking about how women would get divorced and had to do DNA tests. A lot of men probably wouldn't be sleeping with y'all women if y'all had to fill out an application. So if I had to give you an application and you had to give me the name and the references of all the guys you slept with since you was 14, I wouldn't fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Man. Like, I wouldn't. Like, I don't care if you use condoms every time. Like, that's just way too many body count. Do you see what I'm saying? But since we don't have that, that's why a lot of y'all out here with these STDs, because she's not showing any symptoms right now, right? She could have an STD and not show any symptoms, right? And then you get it, show symptoms, and then she blames you for giving it to her, which she gave it to you, but since your immune system fucked up, excuse my language, and you start showing symptoms first, it seemed like you caught it and gave it to her.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, in this case, in this scenario, right, where this dude, the wife that went ahead and did that, I think this is what the dude is talking about. Because a lot of guys that have got with women, that the women have never required them to wear a condom. So he probably looking at it like, well, she never asked me, and I'm her husband, to wear a condom. And when we dated, I was hitting it without a condom. Here, she just slept with this man. What would make me think that she made him wear a condom?
Thank you.
So I know that gotta be bothering him. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that judge probably like, man, he hit the gavel, that when he slammed that gavel in her, you know what I'm saying? He sprayed up the whole club. I'm quite sure, man, she didn't require that, because he a judge. She not thinking he got anything right. She married. So he not thinking that she got anything right.
Right.
And I wonder how old these couples were, because maybe she had her tube tied. If her tube was tied, you know he went in that raw. You know that judge probably hit that raw. He knew her since high school too.
And that's what I'm saying. How are condoms even still in business? Who uses them?
Man, shit. School kids for balloons. They be making them dogs, them little circus clowns. You know, circus balloons like them clowns do out of them. Shit, I don't see them being used for nothing else. Yeah.
I don't know what condoms are used for no more. I don't know. I remember the clinic, Lentz Health Center, used to give them out for free to look different color ones and everything. But nobody uses condoms no more, man. So that's why you got to be careful about who you hug, scratch, kiss, do anything. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful.
Man, you hear me?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think I just have to. I mean, I get it, man. She did what she had to do, but we had to make it even, man. Because I know he hurt, so that hurt had to be even. I had to go out, man. We're gonna have to even this out.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and again, it depends on who you are. Because me, I probably wouldn't be like, I gotta go sleep with somebody else, make it even. I'm like, I'm charging it to the game. Because, like you said, if I went to jail, she was gonna sleep with more than just one person. This
Right.
one person,
I don't know if I would tell her. I'm saying I would do it. I don't know if I would tell her, but hell, man, I gotta make it even. Hell,
man, I'm with you, Naj. I've never had an STD neither, brother.
Man, me neither. Me
I
neither,
don't want to
man.
them, but I need a freak. Not your team's offender. Hey, I don't
need a freak. I think we all do, but that freak got to be on a certain level, man. There's some shit.
Yeah.
If they do, you like, nah, bitch, nah.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
you can turn down.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. I mean, a girl with a high body count, it's like her married a man that watch porn all the time. He got this fantasy in his head that what women should do because watching this damn porn. And most women can't do half that shit. There's a book called The Kama Sutra, 101 Positions. How many women we know can do 101 positions? So that's the same thing as watching porn. That's why they say it's bad for men to watch porn. And this is why you divorce your woman, because she can't do this fantasy, because it's just a show. Porn is just a show. It's a fantasy that they're doing there. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Man, I
But
tell you what.
But for me, on that topic, before we move on that topic, I'll just charge it to like Silter Shock. What was that? His album, charge it to the game. And that's what I would do on that one.
I would try to, but I just don't know. I just know, you know what I'm saying? My pride wouldn't let me. I have to even out. I know I maybe not even tell her, you know, her, but I had to get my revenge. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she did it and didn't even tell him. She said, I'm gonna call him. Bitch, how you go from calling them to, you know what I'm saying, getting your back blown out? What happened to the phone call to getting your back blown out? Shouldn't we have a discussion about this first? You know, and then how you gonna tell me to leave it alone? All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Well, what was you last night? Shit, I was just out and about, man. You know, me and the fellas went bowling. You know, that's how that's gonna go. Because I'll be damned. He said it's a no-no.
On the butt action.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know too many women that's trying to inhale farts, but I was watching this movie. It might have been a Master P movie. And dude was talking about this girl was licking his ass so deep that if he farted, he would have blew half her face off.
Man,
so you know what I'm saying?
But you gotta think of like, where the hell did she pick this up at? Like, what kind of, you know what I'm saying? What is she involved in? You know that she learned this shit.
Some old freaky deaky shit.
Man, that's some.
And see, and that's why your past does matter, because you want to know, has this woman ever inhaled a fart? Even if it was 20 years ago and she didn't brush her teeth 1,000 times, drunk mouthwash 100 times, but you still thinking, damn, you inhaled a fart in your mouth? That might drive me crazy more than somebody cheating. Like, how the shit did you want it out? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's some jacked up stuff. That's some jacked up stuff. Man, we got another one.
Yeah,
we can move on to this other crazy stuff, because this is some. I ain't never did nothing like this with no coochie. It ain't worth it to me. But I'm gonna play this for y'all, right? And then we gonna go ahead and talk about this, because I just fell out. I fell out, man.
You did to get a girl to like.
Hold on, let me get this all the way back. Hold on, let me play this all the way back.
You did to get a girl to like you.
I had to convince this chick that I was dying.
Dying?
So this girl sleep. Give me the I was in like 9th grade. This chick was bad, bro. She wouldn't talk to me for nothing. I was like, damn, ain't nothing working. I talked to my homeboy. I was like, hey, bro, watch this. I convinced like 4 or 5 people I had cancer. All her friends. And they started talking to this chick coming out of cancer. She was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. This shit took me 2 years to accomplish.
2 years? 2 years? So you're almost dying? You fake dying for 2 years?
Bro, for 2 years.
Oh my God.
How you keep that up? That boy was
I had to start skipping school.
Was it mission accomplished?
Of course.
Is this the girl you with now?
No, hell
So
no. You think I died?
The girl that think you died.
that boy gonna pop up at the high school reunion.
It's the craziest thing you did to get a girl.
Man. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You hear me? I ain't never did that. Man, have you ever did anything remotely? I mean, not like that, but remotely crazy to just get some wop.
We were scared as kids to do things like that. You know how people sit in wheelchairs and play in wheelchairs?
Yeah.
Our grandparents be like, don't do that because one day you will end up in a wheelchair.
Right.
Don't play on crutches because one day you'll end up on crutches. Like whatever you played about a disabled, one day. So if he played like he had cancer for 2 years, he's gonna get cancer somewhere down in the future. I hate to say that, but this is
somebody close to him. Yeah.
Or somebody close to him. So you use that to get what you want. Okay, karma is a bitch. So somewhere down the line, when you really do have cancer and you can't find a woman to take care of you, then you gonna wish you had never done that. You don't play certain things, in my opinion. You don't play with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you can lie to the girl. Don't play with shit like that, man.
If the female, and I have to ask this female, if you had no interest in him helping, why you gonna lay with this dude and he talk about he cancer? He one leg out of here. He out of here, right? Yep. What's gonna make you want to lay down with him all of a sudden?
Yeah, so the cancer got you excited? Like, what happened?
Yeah,
you didn't want him when he was healthy, but once he said he was dying from cancer, so you turned into John Cena and did make a wish?
Right. Now you feel like a good person because at least he had a taste of some coochie before he was out of here. What?
She done pulled a John Cena on her. She done made a wish. Go ahead, John. Good Lord, boy. That's crazy. Oh my God. You know what? I'm with you. I've never had to lie to get no at all. But
you don't even have to nowadays. But you know a lot of people do. Let me tell you, it ain't getting the P. It's who you getting it from. Right. So certain dudes, it's not that they feel like they gotta lie to get it, because they know they could get it for free, but they want it from a specific person. So that's why they lie. Dudes do it every day. They lie to women, tell them I love you. You know, I want to marry you. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, oh, because you know, man, we know that women fall in love with words. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden we got them bent over somewhere or pulled up their dress and this, you know what I'm saying? So the dudes do it all the time. They do. You know? I wouldn't. If I got to go through all that, it's too much trouble.
So
I always felt like that.
So all these dudes have to tell these women is they love them and want to be with them. And
they lie all the time. They do it all the time.
These girls, man, they all in and out of these hotels and they doing all type of shit, man. And then they want to come to a good guy and be like, hey, this, and the third. I'm thinking, I'm going back to the beginning. You gave all these people this shit for free, and then you want me to come and pay for. Man, that's crazy in hell. But anyway, the wheelchair guy, the cancer guy. No, I'm against that 100%. Don't ever play with wheelchairs, crutches, cancer, diseases. And I'm superstitious. Like I don't like black cats walking in front of me. I don't like people. You know how you walking, there's a tree between you, and we walk past at the same time. I don't like that. So all this shit superstitious to me. I don't do that. No, buddy. I'm sorry. You know.
And man, how deep do it gotta be to lie to get it? Like
for 2 years. I mean, how
he
you know
did that for 2 years? And he said she think he died? Like, damn.
Yeah. And well, what if she's a girl in the neighborhood and ran into your mama? Oh, I'm sorry, your son got cancer. That motherfucker ain't got no damn cancer. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you tell your mama and them to keep up the gimmick? Do you tell them, like, hey, this certain girl asked, I got cancer, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Man. You tell your friends? Like, how do you do that?
Man, bro.
And he to skip school telling her he was probably getting what you call them things, a blood transfusion or something. Hell, he to keep up the lie like that, and then you get it, and then it ain't really worth it. And so after you got it, when did you die? The next day, a week later, or after y'all graduated?
I mean, he transferred schools. He could have transferred schools.
Okay, so he transferred schools.
Yeah, because she never seen him again or ran into him again. But you would think that somebody that know both of them, well, he said only 4 or 5 people knew. You know what I'm saying? So what's the chances of them 4 or 5 actually running into him? So I can see how he pulled it off, but that's just too much trouble.
Yeah. He could have picked a different lie.
Right.
I would have picked a different one, but not that. It's just I don't play with stuff like that now.
Right. But man, ain't no way. Ain't no way, man. I couldn't see myself going through all that for any female.
Yeah, me neither. Unless
I wanted to go through this because Sky, I sent you this video, right?
Right.
Where this dude, this young boy, took his girlfriend on a date with his grandparents. Mm-hmm. And so I want y'all to see this interaction, and then we're going to talk about this, right? We're going to talk about this because this dude, man.
Who's your friend? Who's your friend? How you doing? Nah, it's not my friend. This is my girlfriend. That's your girlfriend? Yeah. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that's Tiara right there. Yeah. Yeah. She's all right. Huh? What do you mean? You don't want to meet her? Or you don't want to say nothing to her? Okay, that's just sweet. It's just sweet. You should have met her first. What do you think? I mean, what am I supposed to do with that information? She's cool, but that ain't. What? What's wrong with her? She's standing right here. Ease up. Over 5. What does that mean? What's wrong with her, though? There's literally nothing wrong with her. She don't know what's wrong with her. You want to say something about her? I mean, yeah, just give it a chance. Hold on. Hold on. Now, let's just put him like this. Can she cook yet? I mean, sometimes, it's mediocre. I mean, it's not that great, but I think I'm just letting you know. You just being real? I don't know. You trying for us to be? No. Catch your Uber with them. Just go home. What are you talking about? Why is this my fault? It's your fault because you're not protecting me. You're supposed to say you're treating my girl some type of way. You're supposed to do something about it. It's my granddad. What do you mean? You're supposed to be like, geez, this is the girl that I like, and this is the girl that I want, and this is how you're gonna treat her. You're gonna treat her in no type of way. And then what? You're grown. What's that? You are grown. If somebody is treating me some type of way, you're supposed to stand up and say something about it, no matter who they are. Just like I stood up for you, I messed up my relationship with my brother.
So, I wanted to say this, right? This dude a lame. Because he's saying, how is it my fault? Let me tell besides just the grandparents, disrespecting her for no probable cause, no reason. Beautiful girl, by the way, right? But then he said, when the grandfather asked, can she cook? And he said, sometimes her food, for the most part is mediocre. What do you mean? How's your fault? Man, you weren't even supposed to make that comment, bro. Even if it was mediocre, you could say, yeah, granddad, she's a good cook. She treat me well. But, man, that chick, I got to give that chick props. Because, man, how you not talk about that grandmama's head? That grandmama, man, the blonde face that she had on her head, for you not to talk about the top of her head and she out of shape. You know what I'm saying? Like she's so big, you coming out of her titties. You know what I'm saying? Like you should have been on his grandmama's head. Stomach, sticking so far out that if she looked down, she can't see her feet. You could have went after her grandmama. I would have went at his grandma. I'm talking about his granddaddy too, But man, that's cold-blooded, man. For her to have to take that kind of verbal abuse from some people she ain't know,
I feel bad for him because he was stuck between a rock and a hard place, right?
Man,
That was if that was me in that situation, because I always tell y'all about the women in Edge Hill. That grandmama, if it was me, would have been. Do you remember? What's her name? Let me get. Do you remember Esther Anderson? Do you know who that is?
no.
That's the lady. That's the lady from Sanford and Son, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Esther. Okay, Fred's wife's sister. That would have been the woman talking to my girlfriend, right? You would have said anything disrespectful. What happened every time Fred said something disrespectful to Esther? She beat his ass with the pocketbook.
Oh,
Those are the type of women that I be around. If you would have said I'm with him. What am I supposed to say? She would have took the pocketbook and beat me and you right there in front of us. Same thing with the grandfather. This is what I'm saying. So it depends on what type of grandparents you have. See, I came out of that situation where even if you was gonna fix your mouth to say something stupid, you was gonna get hit in it. So that's why I say I feel bad if those are the type of grandparents he got. The type of parents that raised you, where I came from, would do the same thing. So you have to choose between getting your ass beat by your parents and grandparents for trying to stick up for your woman, or losing your woman.
Man, I would have did this. I think
she would have beat my ass right there in front of the woman. So now I'm embarrassed. I just stuck up for you, but now I'm getting my ass beat by my parents and grandparents for being disrespectful to them to stick up for you. And then 2 years down the line, you break up with me and get somebody else.
Well, if it was me, I think if it was me, how I would have handled that is the date would have been over. The date would have been over.
Right.
I love y'all, but this is who is, man, a part of my life. And if you can't respect her, I don't want to have this date. I love y'all, man. I wish y'all well. I wish y'all well for the rest of the day. Have a good day. I would have walked off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have did like he did. Like he was laughing and he should have stopped recording. I don't know. I wonder if it was him recording or if it was somebody else.
Probably
but
somebody
he should have
else
adjusted. He should have really said something to them.
And she got it easy, man. If that was me, where I came from, they would have talked bad about it as soon as she pulled up. Like, at least that was a length of time before they respectfully talked bad about her. Like, his grandparents were cool compared to where I came from. They would have talked bad about me and her in our faces and was ready for us to say something smart to beat the hell out of both of us. See, a lot of people didn't grow up in those type of neighborhoods. I grew up in neighborhoods where ass whoopings were a normal. You didn't disrespect, and the old black women said what was on their mind, and you liked it, and that was it. So I don't know what type of situation he was in. Now, if I had regular grandparents like most people, I'd have been like, "Hey, y'all too disrespectful. This is my wife. Let's walk away." But if that was me, yeah, she just had to catch that L, and then you just be mad at me and go home. Because I can give me another girlfriend, but I got to go home to my mom and my grandparents, and I'm not going to sit there and go through hell because I'm trying to protect you. Or you would have never met him.
That's what I would have told them. Y'all would never meet another girlfriend or my wife, whoever I marry, ever.
Yeah.
I'm never bringing y'all around. I would have just told them that. You know what I'm saying? And I would have ended the date, but I would have told them you would never meet another girlfriend of mine again. Or if I get married, I will never bring my wife around y'all.
Right.
And I would have left it
That would
at
have been
that.
a lesson learned.
But if I was her, I'd have been on that granddaddy. I'd have been talking about him, that fucked up hat he had, big ass beer belly and shit. You know what I'm saying? His little man titties. I'd have been talking about all of them, man. I'd have been on his head. You know what I'm saying?
Most people, grandparents are not disrespectful. But I'm just telling you where I came from in Edge Hill, South Nashville, where these old black women was just, they were Medeas before Tyler Perry did Medeas. They talked bad about everybody in the neighborhood. They talked bad about you. And there was no filters. And if you brought a woman home that they thought was not good or she was on drugs, they would tell you in your face in front of her, "Hey, this heifer looks like a crackhead. Get this bitch out of my house." And what are you gonna say then? You gonna be disrespectful because then you gonna lose some teeth in front of that crackhead bitch. So
Hell, I've been waiting for it. I would have been waiting for it because I'm like, I'm calling the police. I make sure you leave a mark.
Hey, I knew a girl next door. Her grandmama hit her so hard, knocked her out the door. She called the police, and the grandma was like, call them. And
yeah, I would have called.
And I don't know what happened, but I know Miss Margaret didn't go to jail. I do know that. So,
she probably forgot. But I'm telling you, you would have went to jail, and I'd have been like, I hope they take your old cookies too.
I'm telling you, man, they were swinging brooms and purses and pocketbooks, man. These folks just did not play, man. And so I would have just been like, hey, this girlfriend, that girl right there, I'm like, look, I'm sorry. This went this way. If you want to break up with me, that's fine. But I knew girlfriend number 2 would never happen again.
Yeah.
So this girl had to be the martyr. She had to be the sacrifice to know that I cannot bring people I'm dating around those type of black folks. Now, most black people would be nice and pull me to the side after the date and say, maybe you can do a little better. But that ain't the people I hung around. They gonna tell you right there in front of your damn face, in front of the girl. So
I can tell you how I knew it was a skit. Because the granddaddy, are you looking at your wife, sir? You could have did a lot better. You know what I'm saying? You look like you dealing with the black penguin. You know what I mean? Like, man, you ain't with the baddest chick of older chicks. Like, the grandmama is not a looker. I'm sorry, man. I know you got to look at some videos and magazines to get it up to even get in bed with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was her, I would have been like, man, I don't think you need to be talking about who could have did better than what, looking at what you ended up with. The chick should have been like, she was sweet to stand there and take that, and I knew that it was a skit. But if a female ever got disrespected like that for no reason, and then she flipped out and spazzed and did that, I wouldn't blame her. Talk about it. Well, look at your grandma. Look at your wife, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, your wife looked like, man, a goddamn box, man, that was standing in the street that somebody put a wig on, a blind wig on. I'd have been on it. I'm sorry. I'd have had to hurt some feathers.
Yeah. And again, if this is a normal situation, whether it's a skit or not, I can see that. But I've never seen any young person that grew up in the neighborhood or was around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's not worth it. David. I would tell her when we get back in the car, it's just not worth it. Let's just walk away. Say, okay, grandma, granddaddy, thank you. In the date, walk away. I would apologize and say, hey, if you forgive me for today, I will never let it happen again. But today, I was not going to win this. I was not going to win this fight with the grandparents or the parents or anybody. If you don't want me no more, that's fine. And then I'll know date number 2, they will never, ever meet again. But certain grandparents are nice enough to say, wait until the date is over and pull you to the side. So that's why I said with him, I stuck between a rock and a hard place. Now, if it was somebody else, I could get it. But I'm just saying if that was me, how that would have turned out.
So had you broke up with the girl, if it was you, would you have broke up with the girl and just
I would have, man, I'm telling you, I would have apologized. We probably would have took a trip to Disneyland or something. I
think that would have been good though.
Just to apologize, you know what I'm saying? But because I just thought, I love you, I want you to meet my family. But I kind of know how these women are in my neighborhood growing up. But in my mind, you was cool. Because they was like, she don't have to be the prettiest thing, but she has to be good enough to bring her home. That's how I was taught, right? So if she ain't even good enough to bring her home, and they do this, I'm not going to make this conversation. First of all, he should have never laughed, and he should have never.
I was going to say that too.
I agree 100%. Once I saw the conversation going that way, I'm like, let's get up. Hey, nice seeing y'all. Let's go. And just as we walk away, they can talk all the shit they want. Let's just walk away, get in the car, go. I apologize. What can I do to make you feel better? You know, whatever. But I'm not going to argue with my parents and grandparents in front of you like that, because that even makes me look bad. Because what man does that? You know what I'm saying? You don't argue with your grandmama and mama, no matter what they're saying. You don't do that. So let's just get up and walk away. Well, him sitting there laughing and talking about
he egged it on.
That's the part she should have hit him. Then she should have hit him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like when the grandparents and stuff left, she should just hauled off and hit him.
Right. Because I was going to say that. He had
Yeah.
no business laughing. And I think you're right. Sky, I think you're absolutely right. The best thing he could have did was, first of all, end the whole right. When will her apologize to her, say, I'm sorry, I didn't know that they were going to disrespect you like that, and I don't think that was right. I still would like me and you to go out, you know what I'm saying, but I don't think it's a good idea for all four of us to go out right now. And I need to go and have a conversation with them. Right? I think if he had did that, I think she wouldn't have reacted like she did. Because, you know, her reaction was every bit of right for him not to stick up for her. But him sticking up for her didn't have to happen right then. Right. It could have just been him ending the whole lunch date. That's him sticking up for her. You know, man, I think it's a good. I don't think it's a good idea we had this lunch.
Right. And just like she said, she stuck up for him against her brother. Because I've been in that situation. I've been with a girl and people were talking bad about me, all this, that, and the third. And I don't expect her to, if it's her friends, because I've argued with a bitch's friends forever. But if we were her parents or grandparents and they don't like something about me outside, inside, I don't talk back to them. Let's just get up and leave. I don't expect you to sit here and argue with your family over me. Now, if it's your friends, we can argue all goddamn day. So I would expect the same. And then when we leave, she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it ain't your fault. I just know how that generation is. It's like I used to be a CNT one time, and older white women that was in the 80s and 90s still called you colored. They still called you boy, you people. And I be telling the other black people, you can't get mad at them because this is all they know. This is it. This is their generation. They're not 10 years old calling you a colored boy. They're 90 years old calling you a colored boy. You know what I'm saying?
And I think I would have laughed. I would have laughed and made them feel a certain kind of way. When I went through stuff like that, I would laugh in their face. You hear me? And I crack jokes on them. I crack jokes on you in a minute. You hear me?
Yeah. So if I was in the situation, I would be like, you know what? I don't expect you to argue back. It's okay. I understand. Your grandmama's 67 years old. She didn't like me for whatever reason. Don't argue back. Let's just walk away. We just won't ever go back. But the part I'm with you 100%, the talking about the cooking, the laughing, he could even say I was sorry doing the video. When did he say I'm sorry doing the video?
Nah, he didn't. He laughed.
If it was friends, we have issues, but not older people. I just have to respect older people. You have to take it with a grain of salt. But I'm with you now. If it was friends, we out there arguing all damn day. Yeah, we doing that. Yeah.
Man, we got this one. I found this story today, Sky, and I was like, "Oh, this is jacked up." Because remember, I know me and you was talking about this before. You said you're not into gambling, right?
Right.
I know I'm not either. But this story right here, I want y'all to catch this, right? Because I was like, man, this jacked up.
Hit a $42.9 million jackpot.
Hold on. I want this starting all the way from the beginning.
44-year-old Katrina Bookman hit a $42.9 million jackpot at Resorts World Casino in Queens, New York.
This is me right here taking a selfie.
Here she is posing next to the winning machine. It's right there on the machine. 42.9 million. A crowd started gathering around. Then security showed up. Security took her aside, and that's when she was told that the machine had malfunctioned. There was no payday.
Anytime a machine hits a lot of money, y'all going to claim that it's broke?
Get it submitted as soon as possible.
Katrina hired a lawyer, Alan Richter, to take the casino to court. The case is pending.
When you walk through the door, you expect that if you're risking your money, that if you win, you will be paid.
55-year-old construction worker Jerry Rape and his wife Kim couldn't believe it when the slot machine said he'd won $1.3 million at the Wind Creek Casino in Montgomery, Alabama.
I thought it was my lucky day.
But 24 hours after he thought he won, Jerry was also told the machine malfunctioned.
Very devastating.
Lawyer Matt Abbott.
In this circumstance, the Creek Indian tribe was the judge, they were the jury, and the ultimate say-so on whether or not they were going to pay a jackpot that they should have paid.
Veronica Castillo thought it was her lucky day when the machine showed she won $8.5 million at the Lucky Eagle Casino outside Seattle.
I was very excited. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock.
She even took out her camera to take pictures.
I started to ask, where's my prize?
But just like the others, there would be no prize. She was told it was another malfunctioning machine.
They took my money and they didn't want to pay my winnings.
Washington is one of the handful of states that has its own casino lab where gaming machines are regularly inspected.
Nationwide, it's extremely rare that we see a major machine malfunction, so consumers should feel pretty confident that when they're sitting down at a gaming machine that it's going to function properly.
That's little solace for Katrina, Jerry, and Veronica, who thought she was a millionaire for exactly 15 minutes.
I'm going to fight. This is not over.
Woo! First win!
We'll let you know what happens. Casinos say malfunctions are extremely rare, and when errors occur, any payouts are void. In the cases that you heard about, the jackpots actually
So, could y'all imagine that?
That first of all, that makes sense because even though I don't gamble, I used to catch the casino bus in Nashville, and I used to go to other places, Harris, Metropolis, whatever. I've never known. Did she say she was playing the slot machines at 149?
Yes. Yes.
What slot machine? How do you win 49 million on a quarter slot machine?
I don't know if it was the quarter ones, but it was one of them. They got different kinds. So I guess the slot machines that she was on.
That one I believe malfunction because I have never in my life. You can win 49 million, playing blackjack or craps or rolling the dice, but on a quarter slot machine, because you have nickels, you have pennies, you have dimes, and you have the quarter slot machines. I don't know anything past a quarter slot machine.
It looked like they were putting dollar bills in the one that they were showing.
Okay, but still 49. God damn.
So one was 49.9, one of them was 1.3, and the other one was 8.6.
I sat next to a lady who hit one time. I think she hit for like 30, 40,000. They told me to get the hell out the way because they brought the check and started taking the pictures. So I sat next to somebody who had hit one time. That little thing, and this is when they was doing coins. Now they don't do coins no more. You print out a receipt and you take it to the people and they pay you the cash after the cashier's thing. But this is back when they was just doing coins. They would give you coins in a bucket and you would stick coins in and you would get coins back out. I mean, these coins were just a falling. The little lights were going off and every goddamn thing, right? So, what's up, Miranda G? And going off and everything. And I can see $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, maybe. But I've never heard anybody other than them hitting the lottery winning $1 million on a slot machine. Unless it's a new day.
I ain't never been to the casino, but I'm gonna tell you, I just don't gamble because I don't trust none of them. I don't trust the lottery. I don't even. For all the people that play the lottery, for it to only be one or two people hit, something off, man. I'm sorry, something off. Cause ain't no way all of us picking the same damn numbers.
Right.
All of us ain't picking the same damn numbers.
It's rigged. When you play scratch house, the Tennessee lottery people already know what store has the winning ticket.
Right.
Out of hundreds of thousands of gas stations and stores in Tennessee, they already know which one has it. So it's rigged already. You know what I'm saying? But as far as gambling in a casino, from what I've known, you will never win that type of money on no damn slot machine. Because even if people are playing quarters all day, they still ain't making $1 million on the one damn machine. Like, that's crazy. You know how many quarters you was sitting there?
I think you better reimburse me my money though. If you told me,
okay, that I can agree with.
I'm talking about my money for all the days that I ever paid. I think if I can show that I've spent, you know what I'm saying, a good $1,000 at your casino, and you gonna tell me that the machine malfunctioned, I need you, sir, to give me all my money. Because it's your job to make sure these machines is working. So I need you to give me all my money. You ain't going to keep my money. You know what I'm saying? My money malfunctioned then. Give me my money back. God dang it.
Okay, that I can agree. Hey, you don't have to give me the whole 49. You can give me like $5,000, I'll call it even. That's what I would have said. I would have negotiated. Damn, getting a lawyer because he gonna charge $5,000 an hour.
Right.
What did I get? You know, he said I won. I might have won $49 million. And come on with that, I'm gone.
Yeah. I think that's a common sense thing to do. Like you said, to negotiate it and see if you could come away with something. Well, sir, give me $100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Something. Because this is going to be in the news. And then you talking about that last one, talking about they have their own people that check the machines all the time. Well, if they have people that check the machines all the time, if that would malfunction, then tell me what part of it malfunctioned. Right. I might have won. I might not won $1.2 million, but I won something. So what part of the machine malfunctioned? Because it took my money. It didn't malfunction when it took my money. So you saying it malfunctioned when it said I won.
Right.
So I'm with them on that, but I would have never tried to sue no damn. You know how much money casinos got? Shit, you better hope you win this case.
I think for them though, I think it'd be smart for the casino itself to sit down, because when that story get out and it's your casino that they saying the malfunction happened at, you got to think about all the business you're going to lose because of that. So it wouldn't be worth it. It would have been better for both lawyers to, you know, even if they did get a lawyer or not, for you to just sit down and give them something.
Yeah, I would have just settled. But these three people to me sound greedy. She wants the whole $49 million, and just common sense will tell you. You know how many people have to sit down and play that one slot machine 24 hours a day to even equal up to $49 million? Come on now. Ain't no slot machine you gonna win. Even if you was taking $50 or silver dollars or regular dollars, you're not gonna win on $49 million on those. That's common sense on a damn slot machine.
Well, my question is, what I want to know is, did they win anything?
Yeah, that's something.
Right. That's what I want to know then, because you're right. And I didn't even think about that when you said that. If you're going to tell me it malfunctioned on the money part as far as what I was going to get, okay, that's one thing. But then you can't tell me at the same token doing anything. I popped 3 cherries or 3 lemons or 3 cards or whatever. I won something.
Thank you. Yeah. I believe so. And instead of them just trying to take the time and do that and say, hey, how can we work this out? Even on the casino part, I would have just pulled them to the side and said, hey, let's just settle on a good amount. You know, $100,000, $200,000, go on about your damn business. But when you try to get 49, ain't no judge for award you $49 million on no damn quarter slot machine that you've been in there playing for maybe 10 hours. Come on, let's be realistic.
Right.
So whoever this lawyer is that's charging you $2,000 an hour, he better be worth it. Because by the time he get his fees, and you probably pay taxes on that money, he's probably gonna get the damn $200,000.
Ain't gonna even worth the lawsuit.
That's what I'm saying. Human beings, man, are crazy. You know, common sense is not common in this world.
Yeah, you're right. You got to think about that part. What are you gonna get coming back out of it?
Yeah, and what I hated, this is why I never really wanted to win. Like I won. You know, I played $100 and then I came back with $250. Or I played 50, I came back with 75. And there was times I lost, I didn't come back with shit. I told myself I never wanted to win, because let's just say that was true. They got cameras everywhere, they got people everywhere. If I have to have security to drive me home, because I've heard of people that had to do that has hit those slot machines for like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, or they played craps or blackjack and won millions of dollars. The county sheriff had to put them in a limo, right? Put the money in a briefcase and follow them back to their house. I don't want that type of money. I don't want that type of people knowing that I'm walking around with that type of money. I don't even want people to know I got that in my bank account. That shit's dangerous. And now you all on the news talking about you won $49 million. Where you gonna go?
I agree. Give me my money. We could go in the bank and negotiate.
Yeah. I don't want nobody to know. Even if I hit a scratch out, if they tell me they got to put me in the paper, I'm good. Here, take a scratch out. You know, if I hit a scratch out for $500, that's fine. But I'm talking about if I hit one where I got to go downtown, get the money, and they tell me, well, we got to put you in the paper. I'm like, you know what? Don't even worry about it, because You put me in the paper, I'm gonna have everybody and mama on social media. Hey man, you got $20, you got $15, you got $35. I know you do. I just seen you in the paper. You went to no, thank you. All money ain't good money.
Right. And
then you're suing. So now you putting more pressure on you because most lawyers, they try to get the opinion of the people to get involved to put more pressure on the casino. So now not only if only maybe 20, 30,000 people know you going after 40 million, then you got hundreds of thousands of people trying to figure out that you going after $49 million. So even if you do win that 49 million, you're gonna be rushing. You're gonna be trying to protect your life and your family. Because if I can't get to you, I know your nephew goes to a high school. I bet y'all kidnap his ass.
I wouldn't even want to be on the news for winning any kind of money.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even have wanted to be on the news. You know, because if people think that at some point I'm gonna have money coming to me, I'm not safe anyway.
That's
so
right.
I don't even want to be on the news.
Yeah, damn that.
That fool's crazy. I would have been on there with a mask, and you would have had to use the names, a code name for me. You know.
That's right. That's why I don't play the lottery. I don't do scratch offs, all that stuff, man. Because you don't. And even if I'm in the store and I hit a scratch off for 1,000, if it's 20 people in the store, then you still kind of scared because you don't know who's gonna put that knife to your neck.
Hell
right
yeah.
There.
I'd be like, I tell Abu, I'll be back later on to pick this money
Thank
up.
you.
I'll call and let you know. Hell.
Thank you. And it's sad, that's the world we live in, man. When people are going broke, they don't know how they're going to eat. They can't put gas in their cars. Their cars don't work. I mean, you can't make it from here to there without your car breaking down. People, desperate people do desperate things because desperate times call for desperate measures.
Right.
That's why when I walk out of the house, I always look like a homeless person. I don't want nobody to think I got any damn thing.
Man. I walk out of the house a lot of times with these, and you know, I don't care. It is not good to walk out, like you said, and look like you got money.
Yeah. See, back in the 90s, we would go buy, and I love that a chain and pendant. We would go buy jewelry and we would walk around for people to see it. Now I ain't got to do that. I can go buy me some jewelry. I can go buy me some jewelry, sit at home and video show myself like we're doing, and I can have thousands of people see that same chain that I just bought. But back in the 90s, before there was YouTube and streaming, I had to walk around for people to see what I bought. Now I ain't got to do that. I ain't got to take my jewelry outside the house. I can sit in here just like you doing with it on, and everybody like, oh, that's nice. And it'll be safe in my house. I ain't never got to walk outside with it.
Right. Right. But yeah,
congratulations to her and all and the other two. If they can win it, I ain't a hater. I ain't never been a hater, but I'm just saying, you got a long road to hope.
Yeah, y'all handled that different than me and Sky probably would have.
Yeah,
I think I'm with you, Sky. I think I would have went in one of them back rooms and we would have negotiated. I want something.
Yep. And I like, keep this between me and you. You can put on the news that the machine malfunctioned and I didn't win a thing. But between me and you, this is what we're going to settle. So that way when people come talk to me, I'm like, hey, it's in the paper that says that I didn't get a dime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Direct deposit this extra $200,000 into my account, we walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. They going crazy. I'm on my Facebook now. I got some people started up. You know, with that whole comment and I'm gonna get this because I know we about to close, but I want to get this. Because this is a statement that I made earlier. I said that if you believe in divorce under any certain circumstances, you have no business getting married. Marriage is not for you. And so I had somebody come on and basically say the Bible gives adultery as a reason suitable for divorce. Here's my problem with people that follow Bible verses, right? Do you follow them when you date? Because y'all shack up, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no problem with that. People only choose to use Bible verses, you know what I'm saying, when it benefits them.
That's right.
But are you abiding by that even in the dating stages?
No.
The Bible also say that you shouldn't fornicate before you have kids.
That's right.
People sleep with each other before they have kids. They say
Yep.
you shouldn't shack up. People
That's
shack up. So if you're not going to use them rules, then don't use any of it when discussing marriage.
That's right.
Be consistent across the board.
Be consistent. That's right. That's why as long as we've been doing this, I've never picked out anything of the Bible to use against anybody.
No.
I damn sure know.
Me neither.
I've sinned too much to be saying anything about no Bible verses.
Man, I think that because I didn't, if you don't live by it and you haven't lived by it, you know what I'm saying? And you've broken some of these rules, man, you a hypocrite when you go and you use it. I don't like to use biblical verses, even when it discuss marriage between a man and woman. I don't like to use that. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, that can also be debated and everybody don't believe and have the same beliefs. So I always like to use science, common sense. You know what I'm saying? A man and woman can only have kids. If you're going to be that way, fine. But then don't go adopt no kids. Don't bring no kids into your craziness. If you want to be whatever you want to be, fine. Go ahead, live the life you want to live. But leave the kids out. I always use those, you know what I'm saying, when I'm discussing in matters like that. But somebody threw that, and so I wanted to go ahead and say, if you are not against divorce, don't get married. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be married with somebody to be with them 40 or 50 years. That's the crazy part. I've known a couple that was together for 30 years and they never had paperwork. But they both made the conscious decision that, hey, we're going to be together no matter what.
Right.
And we're going to work it out.
Right. I agree with everything you're saying. And a lot of women get married because, especially if they have aged, they grew up around that damn Nickelodeon and Disney shit. Where the guy rides the horse and the night comes and saves the day. That's just cartoons, women. You don't have to get married. You don't have to do that Nickelodeon Disney stuff that you saw growing up in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? And here in Tennessee, if y'all shack up together more than 7 years, it's called common law marriage. Go ahead, Damon.
And I want to say this too. Some of y'all full of shit. Y'all don't believe in no damn marriage, because if y'all believed in marriage, divorce wouldn't be so high.
It wouldn't be so high.
I'll wait.
Yeah, it
would.
would.
If y'all believe the marriage the way that marriage is, and when y'all hear them vows, divorce wouldn't be so high. Why is divorce so high if you believe in marriage?
And because the only way you're supposed to get out of marriage is death or divorce. That's the only way you're supposed to get out.
It say till death do you part.
The death do you part.
It don't say till cheating do you part. It don't say till sickness do you part. Till you lose a job do you part. It says till death do you part. So if we're not going to buy that, then why even say it?
Correct.
If we're not going to abide by that, why even say it?
Correct. And
it's
so
a waste of words. It's just words.
The government knows the same thing that you're just saying. That's why they tax y'all. You get taxed when you go to the courthouse. You get taxed when you have a ceremony. You're going to get that marriage tax no matter. And then every time you fill out an application for something, they always ask, are you married or are you single? So that way they know how to tax you and take your money. Because you and whoever you marry, y'all are two businesses, because you work a job, she work a job, merging. This is how the government sees it. So now you're merging. So now you're merging your assets and your incomes and your liabilities all in one, and all that has to be wrapped up in a little bow and paid to tax to Uncle Sam. He don't give a shit about who you love or who you don't love. This is why they're starting to allow gay marriages in some states, because they realize we're losing a lot of money only letting heterosexuals marry. If we let homosexuals marry, that's more money, because that's still a marriage license. Even though it's just a partnership license, it's still a marriage license. So we'd rather have homosexuals get married to make money than to have heterosexuals live with each other for 10, 20, 30 years because ain't no money to be made off of that.
Man, I used to tell people this, right? I say, I tell females this especially. If you're going to catch us, you better catch us when we young and dumb. You better catch us when we in our early 20s, young and dumb. Because once we get to 30 and 40, the majority of men don't want marriage. Because if you know that most people believe that there is a chance of divorce, well, guess what? When a divorce happens, men lose. Only women win in divorce. Men don't. So as a man, if you think that there's a chance that there can ever be a divorce, because it don't have to be where you doing something wrong. It could be where she just maybe got bored with you. Maybe
That's right.
she just doing something different.
Prenups.
Yep. So, you know, man, I can understand why dudes don't want to get married, especially if they believe that there is an ounce of a chance that the woman that they vetting believes in divorce. Why would? You know what I'm saying? Why would? I wouldn't get no brand new car if I knew there was a chance that something on that car wasn't covered. Because when I get a car and I'm making an investment in a car, I expect what? It to be covered to some degree. So if it's not, if I think there's a chance that something can happen and it cannot be covered, guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to make the investment. I'm not going to take the risk. So while everybody's saying, well, no, I don't believe in this and I don't believe in that, well, just tell me your situation. Because you ain't not, it ain't about what you believe, it's about what the majority of people believe.
That's right.
Show me your situation and show me stats that say that this and that works. Because right now, you got a lot of people getting married, but just as many more people getting divorced.
That's right.
Man, you're playing Russian roulette nowadays getting married.
That's absolutely correct. And with that being said, when's the last time you seen divorce lawyers lose their job? If you really want to make no money, become a divorce lawyer. You will never sleep because people are giving divorce left and right every damn day.
Man.
So any of y'all that wants to be lawyers, practice law in divorce cases. And I guarantee you ain't got to ever worry about going hungry, losing your job, losing your homes. You ain't one of these people on TikToks talking about job security because you gonna always have that. Funeral homes and divorce lawyers will always have jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Nowadays, I mean, it's 70%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, man, ain't no way.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
And you're right. In certain cases, if the woman is making more money, she loses, like Kevin Federline. Because I mean,
but most women
plus child support.
Right. He's right, but this is the part that he missed. Most women don't want men that make just as much as they do. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or they don't want men to make less than they do.
Right.
That's why Kevin Samuels' show was so popular. Because those women that would get on there would talk about how they wanted a high value man. They didn't want a man. We played the video last week, Sky, where the woman said that if you make $50,000 or less, you have no business being in a relationship.
No business. If you make less than 50,000, you have no business being in a relationship.
That's what she said. So most women will not even give dudes that make less than them. They don't care how good of dudes they are. I got a video right now where the woman was like, man, it don't matter how good of a man a dude is. I got that on video that she said that. So most women aren't even giving dudes that make less than them a chance of that. Most of them, like with men, like I'm just gonna make this quick point. If me and you are even odds, we making $100,000, right? We found a woman that was working McDonald's. She was working at McDonald's. She was pretty. She had a high school education, hard worker, but she was polite. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she was a servant of God, and all these other qualities. We wouldn't care how much money she was making. Would we?
No.
Now flip that around. Say I'm a good dude. I work at McDonald's. I pay my own bills. I do this. I do that. I'm a man of God. This woman, she makes $100,000. Now, I'm Morris Chestnut fine to them. I'm Denzel. I'm the Denzel of the hood. You think they're going to give me that same opportunity?
No, because most girls want a man that got their shit together.
Now, why is that? Now, the question is, why do women want men that make more than that?
A lot of life, Damo, is a double standard. A lot of it is a double standard.
I agree.
Just depends on the owl yard. If you're a woman, you're going to talk about this double standards. If you're a man, you're going to talk about it's double standards.
Right. But I would just tell y'all, I want y'all to think about this, though. We've heard, and there's videos out there where women is like, your money is our money, and my money is my money.
Right. I've heard that, too.
We've heard that.
When
have we ever heard a man say that?
No. I mean, I'm thinking, to me, like you were saying about the car. If I'm gonna buy a brand new car, I want insurance on it, right? So if I'm about to get into a union with somebody, I want insurance, which is what I call the prenup. You know what I'm saying? Right. And a lot of women, they want men with their shit together because, you know, now they're saying that more women are graduating out of high school than men, right? They're saying more women are graduating out of, I'm talking about black women. More black women are graduating than black men. More black women are starting businesses than black men, right? But it's not the majority. A lot of women, those black women, are 9-to-5ers. Like, this is their mindset. So if they're not coming to the table with assets, all they're coming to is with debts. They got bad credit. They got kids. They don't know how to spend money. They don't know how to take care of cars. They don't know how to keep a good man. So this is why they want a man who got their shit together, because they didn't come out of a family or household to teach them how to get their shit together. Do you see what I'm saying? So when
they're looking for that
about assets and prenups, it scares them. Why you need a prenup for? Because I'm coming to the table with a lot of assets. You coming with a lot of liabilities. So this is why we need to have these type of conversations.
And you think about it, most of them aren't looking for helpmates. They're not looking for people to build with. They're looking for dads. They're looking for somebody to take care of them. You understand what I'm saying? We're talking about, we've talked about Hollywood women, but it's different. That's different than, you know, we're talking about everyday people. Everyday people, they won't date, especially women, they won't date men that make way less than they make. Now, I ain't speaking of all. There are exceptions to the rule, but by majority, women won't date a man that make. And what man? I'm talking about respectable man. Want to move in with a woman that already got her own house and own cars and whatnot, because that stuff that she had, you didn't build that with her. So at any time, she feel that she can disrespect you, right?
Right.
She can disrespect you. But you know, you can, you're right. You know what I'm saying? But not in a government contract. If you want to, if she can agree to that, but again,
I'm always thinking about these young girls that are that's trying to date older men, these young girls that are looking for sugar daddies, because like you said, they want somebody to probably take care of them. They don't want to learn. So I'm thinking, okay, you want to date an older man or you want to date a sugar daddy, but if that person dies, what do you do? I can give you a fish and feed you today. I can teach you how to fish and feed you for the rest of your life. That was the blessing I got. You know how we was talking about the guy and the girl and the grandparents? Even as mean and as nasty, as old as these old black women were to me, they taught me how to survive. A lot of people ain't been taught how to survive. So these girls, most women, depend on men to teach them how to do that. And then they don't learn. The husband died, and then they go broke because they still ain't learned how to balance and do financials, how to invest, how to do assets. So I don't know what these girls are looking for in the marriage. This is why they get divorced. Once they get what they need out of the marriage, it's time to get out. Because if my husband dies, guess what? I'm screwed. I don't know nothing about the bank accounts, the offshore accounts, nothing.
And I double all the way back to say this. If you believe that if this happened, then I will file for a divorce, or if that happened, I will file for a divorce, then what's the whole point of getting married?
That's true. What is the whole point? That is true. What is the whole point of getting married? And for some people, it's something that they feel like they have to go to. It's like playing a video game in life, right? You've done so much as a single guy, and God has opened so many doors for you as a single guy that when He's ready to bless you to do more, to be steward over more, this is just me talking, you might have to take that next step. You might have to fall in love with a woman to take that next step. Do you see what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, But I'm just saying,
I'm
for some
saying
people, you take that next step.
you don't
but-
marry a fool. I'm saying
Right.
you don't. People see. We gotta admit this too. People change. So the person that you may marry, today may not be the same person 15 years ago. See,
Correct.
we don't think of that part. People change, times change, the way we view things change, and we
That's
are
right.
flawed. These are all things that we know. We know that we come with flaws. We know that we change and all that. So that's why when I keep saying that if you believe if this happened or that happened, I'm going to get a divorce. If you think like that, you should never get married.
Correct.
Especially if you have the understanding that, yes, we are flawed.
Right.
Because that's something we all know. Nobody's perfect. We are flawed. Things happen. You know what I'm saying? And who you are or who I met today may not be the same person that I'm dealing with 15, 20 years from now.
And
You're
that's
not
why
the same
you
person now that you were when you were 11 years old.
That's absolutely correct. And you can fall in love with a woman and you start to outgrow her.
Right.
When
Or
y'all was
vice
dating-
versa.
Yeah, when y'all was dating, y'all was growing together. But depending on who you date, it will come a time where somebody will stop growing with you. And that's when the divorce starts to come in. Because you don't want to grow no more. You're comfortable. You're done. Now, I ain't talking about being with somebody who's greedy that wants the world. But I'm just saying, you just quit growing because you're comfortable where you're at, and which is fine too, because I'm lazy.
Right.
But some other people might not be, and that's when the divorce happens. So that's why I tell everybody, I don't care if you just own a pair of socks, you get some type of paperwork, a prenup before you get into a marriage. Don't let her take a pair of socks because you earned those socks. But don't let her
And
take.
You know what, Sky? You're absolutely right. Because guess what? Marriages work. Marriages with prenups work and last longer than those that don't.
Yeah. And you're more. What's the word I'm trying to use? And you're more relaxed because I know that if you stab me in the back, I'm good.
Right.
But now you've been in a marriage for 5-6 years. Y'all done made millions of dollars together, and the relationship is rocky. Now you like, but damn, how much of my money am I gonna lose? 2/3 of it. I'm telling you now. If you are the breadwinner in a divorce, you lose 2/3 of your money and your assets. Then you like, well, shit, I'm gonna have to kill and put a body in the river just so I can lose none of my money. That's why a lot of men be killing their wives and putting the body because they don't want to lose all that.
Right.
But you weren't thinking about that when you got married and you was in between the legs. You waited till y'all done made millions of dollars together and thinking she gonna take half your money, go to the boy toy, Shawn Michaels next door. Yeah. And that's just that's what they ingrained up here. Think twice before you do anything. Think of the pros and cons. You ain't gonna be perfect. You ain't gonna think of everything, but think of the pros and cons before you do anything. And always protect yourself as you move forward with a condom or a prenup or shit, whatever, before you move, because you don't know what's going to happen down the line.
And here's the other thing also, right, that I think. The reason why a lot of marriages don't work, because people get in there for emotional reasons.
Right.
They get married for emotional reasons.
Right.
Right? And this is that whole, and I know a lot of people disagree with me. This is where the whole cheating thing come in. That's an ego thing. That's a pride thing. You got something, and now that it's yours, you know what I'm saying? It should not be accessible to nobody else.
Right.
That's really what our thinking is. You were accessible to about 30 people before me, but now that you're with me, you with me now. You have no reason to be with nobody else. I should be the only one accessible to you, and that's our thinking. So that's an emotional thing. But if we're in the business, right? If we're in the business that's thriving, are we going to break this whole thing up based on that? You know what I'm saying? We're making $30,000 a month. Now we're going to break up the business because, man, you made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Or you did something that, I always tell people this. There's certain rules I have. Don't bring me no kids that ain't mine. Don't bring me no STDs. All this other stuff, I don't get caught up in. Because, man, people was accessible to you before I got to you. I'm getting a hoopty. I don't mean to make it sound bad like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that I got off of buy here, pay here. They cleaned it up, cleaned the seats off. And the Kool-Aid stain's still there. I could barely see it, but I could tell it used to be an old Kool-Aid stain. They didn't sweep the carpets and whatnot, man. Roll up windows. As a matter of fact, we got one of those at my job right now. We got a vehicle with roll up windows. You know, I'm not going to fight and get in my emotions about some stuff like that. No, you know, man, if you disrespect me, then look, we're going to work this out. I might have to turn the tables on you. But we're gonna last 67 years. The Lord said to death do us part. So that's what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? This is the worst. You know, I would tell y'all this, because it sounds like I'm just bumbling now. Don't use them vows. Tell them to take them vows out. If you're going to get married and you believe that in any circumstances, that, yeah, okay, if you do this, I'm going to go ahead and divorce you. If you believe that, then take the whole vows out. Write your own vows then. Quit lying to the Lord. Don't use them for one instant, and then when things don't go your way, now you talking about, man, forget the Lord. I'm getting a divorce. Don't use, man, religion in the den. Because what that vow is a covenant under God. So just take that covenant away. That's all I'm saying. Take it away then. Some of y'all ain't gonna do that. Don't wear a white dress. You know, you were sucking some D 3 weeks ago. Wear that green dress. Don't wear that white dress. You know what that white dress stands for? Quit lying. Y'all only want to use religion when it benefits y'all. You know what I'm saying? But when it ain't benefiting y'all, you're shacking up and doing everything else. Then when the marriage comes, oh, but you know, under God, man, quit that bull crap. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stick to what I said, though. If you believe in divorce, you shouldn't get married. You don't have to have that opinion. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all can do us a favor, quit using all the religious vows and all that. You know what I'm saying? And marrying under the covenant of God. Take all that out and just get married. I don't care if you get married with pastor, no pastor. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who married. But just be consistent.
Correct. I agree 100%. I do. But again, a lot of people don't think the way me and you do. So they'll take our advice or they'll go on one end after the other.
It is what it is. But y'all know we'll be back next week to talk sports. And I'm not quite sure, man. We're going to tick a lot of y'all off. Some of y'all going to say, that's a new perspective I never thought of. And, you know, you're going to change the way you thought. We're not here really to change that. You know what I'm saying? If we do, great. If we don't, great. You know, we appreciate that y'all here, either or. You know, we just grateful for y'all time.
Yep.
That's the most valuable thing y'all can give us. So.
Yeah, we are. So thank everybody who's commented. Thank everybody who's been watching. Hopefully y'all learned something. And again, if we say something that you don't like, just take it with a grain of salt. This is the way we think. And especially with Damo, because he has changed a lot of the way I think about things too. You know,
he changed the way a lot I think about things.
Don't get mad. Just think about it. Be like, let me see what he means on his point of view. So, you know, but this is what we're here for on Tuesdays.
You know, Sai, a lot of times you'll say something and I may not be in full agreement with it. And then, you know, when you were just in solitude and you're just thinking about a conversation, you know what? He was absolutely right. I didn't really see it. I understand what he's saying now and why he feel that way. So you've changed a lot of the ways I think. Also, Naj, I want to give you a shout out.
Yeah,
Thank you to Naj, man, for just being on here, bro. Yes. I really appreciate you being here, conversating, interacting. I hope more people do it, you know, and it's even greater respect because even let's take me and Naj. We don't see a lot of things eye to eye, but I love the fact that we can respect each other's thinking, ways of thinking. Just keep it adult and keep it moving. So, and I'm glad he's here, man. So thank you, Naj, man. Thank you. Really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, Damo, you know, it's always great, you know, to be on Tuesdays and have these conversations with you, man. I can't wait till next Tuesday and see what we talk about.
Oh man, we got some even greater things cooking up, y'all. We hope to see y'all. I hope y'all had a good Memorial Day. And hopefully next week when they do roll around, it even be even less cicadas. I'm so sick of these cicadas, man. I gotta cut the grass. Man, I am not looking forward to it, but it gotta be done.
Gotcha. Well, all right, everybody. I hope y'all have a great week. Damo, again, it's always good to see you, my friend. You know, you have a great week too. Tell the family I said hello, and everybody else, we will see y'all next Tuesday, right?
Yep, and I want to tell y'all before we leave, the only thing guaranteed in life is death. So only worry about the things you can control and not the things you can't. I wish you guys well this week. Stay positive. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace.